Hey, hey, SBG solution based gang, like, share, subscribe. Say no to rim, brothers, mothers, fear and sell no good suckers. Hype him up, hype him up. Shouts out Sharoon, Bracy, and the Waters. Wake up morning show, salute, big dog, shout out to the Lord. PH, Diva, salute, Brownsville, SBG solution based gang.
Let's go. Good day, everyone. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing good. You're feeling great. You're feeling fine. Because I am. How about you? So you know how we like to start the day off. When I say good day to you, you say it back. Because I can feel that great, productive energy. Damn it. I see Bubba already. He started early. The rudeness of you, Bubba. Shake my hand first. Oh, he kind of, he said, good day, folks. Okay, I apologize. Bubba, he started off right. Good day, folks. Tim Walls will be cooperating with ICE by turning over the alien criminals in the way he should have the whole time. ICE won. ICE will still be enforcing laws in Minnesota. Trump won. Hey, shout out to your man, Donald J. Trump. Bubba homeschool. He ain't playing today. It appears the SIG misfired. It appears the SIG misfired in Age's hands as others saying, gun, 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 gun. Gun, gun, gun. Preddy hears it and reaches for his holster while he was on all fours. He had an extra hand when the other agents fired, reasonably firing a threat. Tragic, not execution. Now that is what we disagree on. What up, Samar? Good day. Good to see you. American Tradesman, what up with you? Good day to you. You know, they take time before they get in and start communicating and saying good day to everybody, saying what up. It's not as easy to have a conversation when we're talking about things that actually mean something to American people. It's a lot more difficult to have these conversations. It's not easy at all. We got so many different points of views. We all see the same video, see the same situation, and we see it in different ways. I swear we must be living in some kind of parallel universe, and we all just happen to be living amongst each other at the same damn time. Somehow they married the parallel universes, but we still are seeing things from our own universe, even though we all looking at the same thing. It's crazy. Haitian Sensation One, good day to you. Everybody just see these things so completely different. And I think for the most part, a lot of people are just narrative building. They're gang banging for their party, for their political party. Some people want to be Republicans so bad they'll do anything. And some people just want to be Democrats so badly they're willing to say anything. And they forget what we are actually seeing and where the honesty is supposed to come from. It's just bad on both sides. Both sides is willing to ignore the bad. Make a wish. Ooh, shit. It's freaking cold out there. But it seems like they finally getting it together over there in Minnesota. Thank you. I appreciate you, Samar. It seems like they finally getting it together. They having an understanding. Do y'all think Marvelous is for real, man? Like, sometimes when I see us watch the same thing, hear the same thing, I do not understand how we are watching and hearing and seeing the same exact thing, and we all see clearly different things happen at the same time. We have to be living in a parallel universe. That's the only way that I explain. That's going to make me be able to wrap my head around it. Thank you, Rasbo. Okay, Haitian Sensational One said it is a war against people's constitutional rights. Which one? Which rights are you talking about that they trying to war against? That will be my next question. The problem that I have with when people say that is that we also cannot, we just cannot stop people from doing a job, especially when they're doing a law enforcement job. That's the main issue that I have with it. I did not understand that for the life of me, how they kept saying that it is okay to get ahead. And I mean, somebody in the comment section yesterday said, so Sharon, by your logic, those ladies should not have recorded the George Floyd situation. And I didn't understand that, right? Because my logic says, hey, if you are there and you see something, yeah, record it from across the street. Absolutely. Scream, yell from across the street. You was going to get a coffee. You see something crazy look like it was happening. But that's not what these people's doing. Shiesty, Sharon, y'all been all about infringing on people's rights lately. I'm not infringing on nobody's rights, Shiesty Bum. Don't make me drop the link for you so you explain it. Shiesty, we already have Beretta Scott Kang come up in here. Let me see if I can get Shiesty Bum to come up on the panel. Shiesty Bum, would you like me to drop the link for you so you can tell me how I am infringing on people's rights lately? Shiesty Bum, do you got 10 minutes? Because I would drop the link for Shiesty. You let me know, Shiesty, so you can tell me how I am infringing on people's rights. Let me know. Yeah, put a 1 in the chat, Shiesty, if you want me to drop the link. Put a 2, and you're going to just stay in the chat. Let me know. Put your ass on the spot. Talking all that trash. So Haitian Sensation said the right to assemble, protest, and a right to bear arms. All right, so I think everybody agrees with the right to bear arms, except for the Supreme Court when they was having, except for Ketanji Brown, who was fighting for Hawaii to not be able to walk around with a weapon in public places. So that's interesting. Maybe we should have a conversation about that. That was a real interesting argument that they had about Hawaii and the Second Amendment, Haitian Cessation one. I don't know. I'm not sure if we are really actually ready to have constitutional conversations yet, but we get in there. And the right to assemble. No, you have a right to assemble on your block, but I don't think you have the right to get ahead and follow and then find out where these goddamn federal agents is sleeping at night in the hotel and beat up the hotel and destroy a hotel. You know what I'm saying? So, like, The people protesting at the hotel, that's beyond protesting. That's when they are taking it too far. Make sure you're hitting that like and the share. Rasbo says someone on his cabinet said, "Who brings a gun to a protest?" The Proud Boys show up to a protest with an AK. What are they talking about? When are they protesting for Trump? Right. Trump don't give a F. Why should the people? I think the people should care because they live in that city. We live in America. These presidents clearly they live in somewhere else. Clearly, they don't have the same issues as we do. Clearly, I don't know how, but somehow they don't. But one thing I know for sure is that we can't allow these politicians to use us civilians as way to win their political wars. Because that's what happened, is that they used Renee and Alex as a political stance on something. It's not fair to us as a people. We cannot fall for that shit no more. We got to be able to call a spade and say, hey, listen, you're not going to use Alex Preddy as a goddamn political pawn. And called Tim Walz. I believe Tim Walz is he should be held just as accountable as the goddamn ICE agent, not go to jail. I think that officer absolutely executed that man in the street, even though we had somebody in the chat earlier said that his gun went off by accident, but damn sure didn't pull out his holster by accident. So while I hear you, Bubba, saying that, hey, this officer's gun fired by accident, because SIGs is known for doing that, right? Earlier, sometime in the summertime, a military officer sat his gun on the table and it just fired. And it was a SIG. I'm not sure if it was the same SIG. Good day, Victorious One. But it was a SIG nonetheless. And it just shot the man in his chest while he was sitting down eating a lunch. And it just went off. So yeah, SIG has a reputation for that. However, SIG does not have a reputation for pulling out the holster by itself and floating and aiming at the man. That's what the officer did. Regardless of if that SIG went off by accident, he pulled that gun out and aimed it at that man's back, even though he was right next to the officer that unarmed him. So I don't want to hear that shit. Bubba, I'm sorry. It's a horrible excuse. It just is. And so I'm upset at Tim Walz and Mr. Frey and everybody else that's involved over there in Minnesota, because they emboldened these goddamn citizens to go out there in the streets and make the ICE job difficult. And by the way, it was Border Patrol that punched the shot. It wasn't ICE. But it's still a federal agent nonetheless. So they was antagonizing these people. Getting in their way, throwing snow at them, physically pushing them, blowing, going to finding where they staying at and sleeping at and making sure they don't get a good night's sleep. All this stuff is ridiculous. And you're causing more stress for these officers as they go around trying to do a job, supposedly. It's a problem. And I believe Tim Walz is responsible for getting such a young man, 37 years old, that is a nurse, a veteran nurse, that seemed like he was very well spoken. He spoke at his hospital often when a veteran passed away. Very well spoken man. Seems like an upstanding young man. And it's a shame that he had to lose his wife because of these political battles about Republican and Democrats. We cannot allow these politicians to use people as political pawns. These are human beings. And we got to fight back as much as we possibly can. And man, politics today feels like watching a reality show that it's like watching a reality show that forgot it was supposed to be serious, right? You ever turn on the news and feel like you accidentally clicked on a blooper reel, but everyone else is acting like it's normal? That's what this whole situation feels like. 1 minute, people are talking about running mates. Next minute, somebody get replaced like a character on a TV show who asks for too much money. And then the audience at home is like, wait, what episode is this? So you got the chief of Border Patrol leaving Minnesota. Now that's when the plot twist hits, right? Because when the person in charge of keeping things under control says, yeah, I'm out, that's when you know something is cooking. People don't leave calm situation. Nobody quits a job where everything is peaceful. If your boss walks in smiling every day and coffee machine works and nobody's yelling, you stay. But when the chief leaves, that means the building was probably on fire and everybody was pretending it was incense. So now we got the phones, they start ringing and people are picking it up, right? And this is where the comedy kicks in. Because suddenly the top guy decides, all right, enough is enough. Get me the governor, get me the mayor. Get me whoever's in charge of that mess. And so you know it's serious when leaders start making personal phone calls. This is a problem that JD Vance did not do when he was there. He came in there, he caused all that goddamn trouble, but he didn't give the governor Tim a call. He didn't give Mr. Frey a call. Shout out to Donald Trump for at least giving Tim and Frey a call. So now you know it's very serious. Like they cannot hide it anymore. They cannot hide behind the lies of whatever those officers saying, like whatever Bubba Homeschool was saying earlier. Can't hide behind those things anymore. Got to be honest. So Donald had to make these personal phone calls. And most of the time, you know, they send emails or memos or, you know, a strongly worded statement that sounds like it was written by a goddamn lawyer who hasn't slept. But when they pick up the phone themselves, that's when you know the situation has gone from a policy issue to family meeting. You know what I'm saying? Good day, Corinne. How you doing today? And the funniest part, everybody's asking why someone else didn't make the call. People love to ask, why didn't this person step in? Why didn't the person say something? Because that's how politics works. Clearly, everybody wants someone else to go first. Like it's a group project in school. Somebody absolutely, Rasmus, somebody told him like, hey, look, this ain't working out. Everybody's standing around the goddamn poster board like, hey, you gonna glue it? No, you glue it. I'll glue it if it glues. Meanwhile, the deadline is tomorrow and the poster is still blank. Sometimes the person who steps in isn't the one who you expect. It's just the one who got tired of watching the chaos. I agree, Donna. I agree. Once that goddamn fraud was being exposed, all of a sudden, ICE was a problem. ICE been around for a long time. Nobody had a problem with Tom what's the name of the borders are? What's his name? Somebody tell me what's his name. Tom. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank. What is the borders are name? What is the borders are name? Christy Noman's out, and the borders are is in. Good day, Reese. And that's the real joke here, right? That not the people, not the positions, not the politics. The joke is how messy leadership gets when everyone is waiting for someone else to act. Thank you so much, Skylar. Tom Holman. Hopefully he could do something different than what Christie was doing. I mean, it's the same policies, but I guess when they change, they put somebody at a higher position, maybe some different things could get done. Tom Horman. What up, Detroit? And sometimes that person who steps in is the one person who finally says, all right, enough talking, let's fix something. And sometimes the person who doesn't step in is just trying not to get dragged into the tornado, because in politics, stepping in means you're responsible. Not stepping in means you're blamed. And either way, somebody's yelling. And at the end of the day, this whole situation is a reminder that leadership isn't about titles. It's about timing. And sometimes the moment chooses the person. Sometimes the crisis forces the call. And sometimes the only reason someone steps in is because everyone is a step back. That's the truth. Now, I know it's hard for people to deal with the truth. People enjoy the lies. People enjoy supporting the lies. People want to hear that their side is just the winner. That is it. In reality, this politics situation is not sports, even though we try to act like it is, that it is a red and blue side. We are all here, so we ain't no real winner unless we, the people, win. We got to stop giving so much power to what side and this side. And really, when we peel back the onion, we go back in time, we see that they both argued the same things. That's very true, Eugene. They changed the faces. They changed it from Christy to Tom. But at the end of the day, what Tim Walz is doing, he's doing exactly what I said he should have been doing from the beginning. You need to be working with the agents. You need to be working with the feds so they could get and make sure that they are doing their job properly. You should be helping them gather these illegal aliens. What are you doing? Now Tom is talking about, yeah, we are going to work together. All of a sudden, he got a call for Donald Trump, and now they working together with ICE to make sure they get all the illegal criminal aliens out of the city. That's what you should have done from the beginning. We shouldn't have to wait until two people are not here anymore with us because you want to have a political fight with people. That part needs to be called out. Tim Walz failed as a leader. Mr. Frey failed as a leader. Nobody had a problem with Tom Horman. That's what you want to call him, Horman, whatever. Nobody had a problem when he was working with Obama. Because Tom Horman was the same person that was getting those 3 million, I believe. Well, the most amount of people deported ever was Barack Obama, and Tom Homan was the leader of that. That is fine to say as well, real victorious one. Donald Trump failed as a leader as well. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Make sure you hit that like and that share button. And in reality, Alex Preddy would be here if Tim Walz wasn't telling his citizens to go ahead and follow and find ICE and interrupt in their investigations. Yes, MJ, this is ridiculous. This what this weather is doing. It's going to be negative something degrees, and then we're going to get some more snow. I even heard Texas got snow. That's crazy. What the hell is going on? We also need to get a hold of that. Donald Trump's, hey, listen, stop with these goddamn weather machines, god damn it. The hell all this goddamn snow come from? We got snow in Texas. This is insane. How's it 20 degrees in Texas? Even though I wouldn't mind some 26, 30 degrees over here. Shit, that's how cold it is over here. We in the low teens. We in the tens. It's called global warming my ass. Eugene said these leftist leaders' rhetoric and lack of leadership ain't making things better. Sure. It is definitely on both sides. But the problem is that we saying that is only on the left side. So when we say it in that way, we should not say leftists. We should just say these politicians that got elected in and are bad leaders. Right? Because it doesn't matter if they left or right, to be honest with you. If you're a bad leader, you're a bad leader. You're going to lead your city, your town into some situation. 5 degrees, MJ, this is ridiculous. Mother Nature has lost her goddamn mind. -3? God damn. That's crazy. -3 is crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, we got 5 degrees on this side of town. What we know podcast. -3 is crazy. Shout out to the real victorious one with the 99-cent super sticker. Thank you so much for all that you do. It's the only way we're going to keep on maintaining independent journalism. Y'all let me know if y'all got some videos y'all want me to break out. That was pretty much really my thoughts for today when I seen that finally Donald Trump made the phone call to the governor and to the mayor over there in Minnesota, and they starting to get things where it needs to be, where it should have been from the beginning, that they are working together to get these illegal aliens up out of there, the ones, especially the ones that are criminals. Yes, Davey Dix, independent journalism, because I'm not getting sponsored by either side. I'm not getting sponsored by no left side. I'm not getting sponsored by the right. I ain't getting no conservative black men PPP loan. Because we know a lot of the black content creators, they got their black conservative PPP loans, man. I ain't get one of those. I didn't get a black man conservative PPP loan. I don't talk enough about black women to get my black belt conservative PPP loan. I don't talk enough badness about black men to get my black conservative PPP loan. I'm not a racist. So I'm not sure what you mean by that Detroit coalition. I'm confused about what you're saying. I would drop the link for anybody because that's my real thoughts about it. I woke up seeing that and I was just surprised. You know what I mean? I was just really surprised that finally they are working together, like how over here on this channel, the solution-based group said they should have been doing from the get-go. If you really want to have ICE do it the correct way, you should have been having local PD work with the feds to make sure everybody's doing their job right. That's what you should have done. Instead of telling your citizens to go ahead and do the job of the officers, it's weird to me. So I'm not sure what Detroit is talking about. But I would drop the link for my bro, for anybody that want to have a conversation with me, by the way. You know, I'm always willing to discuss where I might be wrong at. Because sometimes I see things the way I see it. I could be wrong. I could be wrong too. And it is okay. As long as we substantiate our argument, that's the main thing that matters. And we could debate about anything you want to talk about. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we could talk about. Because maybe it's some things that I'm just not understanding. I said my piece. What up, EJ? And I never really understood that whole conservative, the racist conservative PPP loan that everybody got. And clearly it's a smart move financially. Clearly. Because being honest and truthful is not a it's a very difficult role, to say the least. Most of the time we have to you got to put the medicine in the candy, and today I don't feel like putting the medicine in the candy. I'm just giving you straight medicine. It is what it is. We got to be comfortable with that as well. Like Aries, hey man, sometimes it get difficult to try to turn a bullshit topic into something I actually care about. Like I really be wanting men to just be like men and just have real discussions about all types of things. But it seems like a lot of our brothers, man, it seems like we are on a majority scale, we are caught up in gossip, bro. That's a scary thing. Yeah, I don't understand how we get two nor'easters back to back neither. Whoever is working those goddamn cloud machines, they need to take a vacation. Whoever's working those cloud machines and and they are seeding it with goddamn snow, because it's easier to seed the clouds with snow than it is with rain. They need to go on vacation. Enough is a goddamn enough. It's too goddamn cold for this goddamn snow and ice. Don't want to go outside. The roads is ridiculous. I don't know what they're trying to do. Then they got people out there trying to drive in this crazy ass weather, which is crazy. I don't care what kind of vehicle you got. If you're in an emergency, I get it. Otherwise, I'm just going somewhere. Y'all need to sit your ass down. Shout out to the 100 people in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like and the share. We are technically snowed in, but New York is kind of adjusted to this type of weather. So the roads now, if you're on a major road now, you good. The conditions you can see. But it's cold as hell, and it's still got a lot of icy spots. It's difficult to turn because all the snow is piled up into the corner. So it's just not a comfortable situation to be outside. It is brick. I mean, it's cold and windy. It's disgusting out there. It's no fun. Shout out to California. Yeah. Shout out to California. I guess that's why y'all pay those crazy ass taxes. Shout out to Narratives talking about he grew up. You didn't grow up in what part of Queens you grew up in? Yo, man, yeah, that's scary shit. American tradesman. All right, shout out to Jamaica. That makes sense. That's why you be acting. That's why you be. Ain't no way you was on 110 and Inwood. Boy, that means I could have came across you and bust you over your head. I'm from the other side of the bridge. I'm from the other side of the bridge, narratives. I'm on the Rockaway Boulevard side. You know what I'm saying? 134 on Rockaway. What you know about? I'm from the 134 on Rockaway Boulevard. What up, Vata? I see you over there. You was getting beat up on Anton's. You was talking shit in the chat, got beat up. Yeah, watch what you be saying. What's up, Genesis? Inwood folks are a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, St. Albans is a little bit. That's when it starts to get a little bit nicer. That's where the bougie folks at. St. Albans. That's where the bougie folks at. Shicey bum in St. Albans. The girls all kind of cute over there, though. I ain't gonna lie. There's little cuties over there. Oh, what up, MJ? Don't be snitching on me. But seriously, like, don't we see that Tim Walz with this whole posture and what he did doesn't make no sense whatsoever? Because now you're working with ICE and trying to get things back. It doesn't make sense. And I wish somebody like Detroit would call out, hey, Tim Walz, you dropped the ball. Just be honest. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. And how are we going to move forward? You know, I never even got to the whole Jasmine Crockett debate neither. Let me see. Maybe he's going to be able to substantiate his argument. Welcome to the show, Detroit Call It. Good day, sir. How you doing today?
Good morning, sir. I'm not decent, so I'm not going to cam up yet.
Okay.
But good morning. So, you know, I was going to answer your poll, but I guess I had questions before I answered the poll. So I guess did Minnesota win? What was the battle?
The battle was to get ICE out of their city. And so they won because now they are working with ICE to get the illegal aliens and the criminal immigrants up out of their city, which was ICE mission in the first place.
Right. And I guess the belief is that they were doing it in a tactical way, right?
Which one, ICE or Tim Walz?
ICE.
Yeah, they was trying to investigate all the illegal people. They was getting the illegal people up out of there, especially the ones that was human trafficking and doing narcotics. That's who the main target was, yes.
Okay. And that's like, you know, we're just coming from a, like, everybody has to prove their own point kind of point of view. Mm-hmm. You're giving them the grace that they're saying, you're giving them the grace that this is what they were in here for, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Meanwhile, just making sure, zero grace given to the governor who, you know, hasn't, you want to say he incited people, but hasn't done anything more. Right. But he hasn't done anything more than just back up the people's right to protest. Right.
Wrong. So he incited them, he emboldened them to do a step further than protesting, because, and the way how we know that, because now he's saying that he's willing to work with ICE to make sure they get illegal aliens up out of the city. So if he would have did that from the jump, and he would have had peace in his city from the beginning, and he would have also be able to make sure that
you had a lot in there
doing their job correctly. All he had to do was work with them.
But the assumption is that he wasn't working with them. That's your assumption.
Right, because of his words.
From the beginning when ICE came to Minnesota, back in, or whenever he started, because ICE has been around before he even was governor. So you're saying from the time he became governor, he was creating his opposition to ICE in his own state?
No, when Trump said that he was doing what he was doing to have this mass deportation, all of a sudden he was against ICE, because when Tom Homan was working with Barack Obama, nobody had a problem with Tom Homan and getting 3 million immigrants up out of America, the most of any president so far.
Legally. What I mean by legally, I mean by
getting people out there, meaning not too many. A lot of people didn't go in front of a judge. A lot of people got up and out of here quick, fast, in a hurry.
What I'm saying by legally, though, the Obama administration deported more than Trump has in this term, right? But they
Correct.
all were legal, meaning they had court proceedings, or the people just left. Either the people just left, or they had court proceedings, right?
Most people,
or they had warrants, or there was investigation to find out where they stayed. It was right.
Most people did it. He did it the exact same way.
When you say it can't be the exact same way.
So, but it was. Tom Homan was the same person. The same person that was running it. The same person that was running it with Barack is the same person that's running it with Trump.
So now let's think about it like this.
Number two, the thing is that now that it's Trump and it is highlighted the way how it is, because Donald Trump ran on immigration and people don't like him. People try to act as if what ICE is doing is some kind of negative thing, but this is how they've been operating for years.
And this is where I be frustrated with, and this is why I put that comment in there, where we can't, black folks, we can't look at something like we used to and had the same understanding. Now we had these different understandings of shit. So Tom Homan worked for Obama, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means that he would have been executing what Obama wanted done, right?
Mm.
Okay. Kristi Noem worked for Trump, right? Which means she would have been executing what Trump wanted done, right? These people aren't just out here operating this stuff. They're trying to fulfill a goal that whoever hired them pointed out, right? So Tom Homan has more aggressive views, about immigration and deportations and things like that, right? And it's clear that he does, because of some of his policy. Let me see that. Some of the things he was talking about, just about we need to be stronger on this, stronger on that, align with what Trump believes too, which is why he brought him into his organization. Same thing with Kristi Noem, same thing with all these people that's in the Trump administration, right?
Okay.
But they're still working at the behest of what the head of the organization wants, what the head of the administration wants. Okay. So these are things that Trump wanted. Now, you can say that they're doing the same thing, but they weren't, because Obama didn't need to send 5,000 ICE agents to deport 3 million people. He didn't have to. He that administration executed more, strategic and legally, right? And so then we have Tim Walz. Go ahead.
That's the issue, right there, Detroit. That we acting as if when Obama did it, that they had all these court procedures. No, they found their ass and they got them up out of there immediately. No judge, no court, no.
That is not true, bro. It's not true. I mean, we could say it's not true, Sharon, man. People had court cases. I'm just saying, if they were not supposed to be here and they had were criminals and things like that, or wanted or something like that, that's different. Those people had different, either way, it all went through the means that it was supposed to, right? Now you have, this going on where, right. Here's the one thing they have in common: the detainee of children, right? The treatment was the difference, right? So the treatment is where you could see somebody's intent, right? So if you are, how can I put this? Like that 5-year-old that they used to bait his father out. People gonna twist the story how they want to. And a lot of times I see it, I don't know. I'm not gonna call people out personally, but I don't know if people only get their news from Fox News and Newsmax, but it sounds like it. Okay. I watch all of them. So that way I can get a rounded view.
Hey, Detroit, my wife laughs at me because I watch all 3 channels, and it'd be hilarious to see the flip flop between both. It's the same thing like these panels, right? Because they all watching the same shit, but they all have completely different narratives, and it's to me it's comical to see all the different channels the independent channels, the right channels, and the left channels, and see all of them talk about the Saints. To me, it is phenomenal. And then I gotta do my research because all three of them be on some BS. But that's just me, none of that. So I'm with you with that. That you gotta watch all the channels because it's a lot to me. But personally, it's funny to me. It's not even education.
Well, and that's the sad part to me, is because like I can remember like y'all probably had at least the three major networks in New York like we had in Detroit here, and I remember like how no matter if it was ABC, NBC, CBS, you turn over, they're telling the same story, just different people telling it. You know what I mean? And now you don't have that anymore. So now we're forced to be definitely more strict as far as what we listen to and things like that. That's why I read so much Associated Press and Reuters, because it's just independent journalism.
That's wonderful.
But what I would say is that, and this goes back to just Minnesota itself. There's a reason why Minnesota was important for Trump. There's a reason. And we can talk about the Somalis and the fraud and all that, but that's not the reason, man. It can be a reason why people who have a problem with Tim Walz, hold on to whatever problem they have with Tim Walz, where every situation that come up with Minnesota, they'll throw that in. But in the real cases, right, the fraud that we were talking about, I believe that had been investigated. They have fired people. They have charged people. People have been convicted, and the ICE didn't go, Border Patrol, they didn't go up here because of the fraud. If you were going to do anything about the fraud, right, you probably would have sent like the actual, like somebody from the Department of Justice actually to go up here and investigate, right? So it was more than just that, but the cape that they put on it was good enough for people to latch on to what the Trump administration was saying. What I mean by that, if you have a problem with Somalis, well, good, what happens in Minnesota to them? They got all them Somalis. If you got a problem with Tim Walz, good, what happened in Minnesota? They got Tim Walz. Meanwhile, the people that's up there are the ones who have the right to protest, right? You have the God-given right to protest, right? And that's their rights that are being violated up there. Nobody won't say anything about that because they are okay with something bad happening to these people that they have a problem with. And the way I hear you talk about Tim Walz and Somalis, bro, they're not even human to you.
Conversation with MJ with the fathers. Obama administration was also criticized by ACLU for deporting folks without due process. Thank you, MJ, for clearing that up because that is a very true thing that happened. I don't know why we try to have selective amnesia. He was criticized very strongly.
If it's a problem, then make it a problem now.
Why you gotta cut him off? Why you gotta cut him off?
The reason
you just cut me off.
Go ahead, Sharon.
Thank you, unlikely. So the issue is the same. This is how it always operated. So Tim Walz going out of his body to hinder these people from going ahead and collecting illegal criminal immigrants is wild. And then now to double back around to use these people that are not alive anymore to now go ahead and say we are going to work with ICE and this administration to get illegal aliens out of our country is ridiculous, and that is bad leadership. Tim Walz is full of ish, and it's bad leadership on his side with the fraud, and also now that he is double backing around, and after that's if because Donald Trump gave him a personal call, all of a sudden now he's willing to work with ICE.
Right. And once again, if any of it's illegal, not going through due process, it's all bad, right? All of it, right? Everybody should have due process, right? But what you're talking about is supporting an administration that from the jump started off with like no due process. If you are being if you're executing these warrants or executing this stuff correctly, why is it that you have to have people go door to door? Why is it that you have to have all these people in the streets? Why do you have more ICE in this town, in this one town, than they have police available? All that stuff was there as a show of power. That's the part that, like, I can't understand why Black folks can't see that these are things that are just there to intimidate the community. That's what ICE was there. That's what Border Patrol was there in that community doing.
No, so the reason is because Tim Walz was working against the federal agent.
Right. Because you
If he
want to
was working-
believe that it's
if he
Tim
was saying,
Walz,
hey,
it's an easy excuse because they baited this whole thing online so much.
Cut him off again.
that's
Unlikely.
so if Tim Walz would have reacted to this situation like how he is
I
now,
think if Trump had
working
won
with
Minnesota, ICE would
If
not
he'd
have been in
said-
Minnesota.
if he said we are working with ICE, you think the same situation would have happened in the city?
When did he say we weren't working with ICE?
Wait,
No.
No, just hear me out. Hear me out. When did he say we're not working with ICE? That we're gonna fight against ICE? When did he say that?
when he told the citizens to fight back against ICE, to keep on protesting against ICE, to keep following, keep on honking their horns, keep on impeding in their investigations.
That is nothing that he said, brother. You making up shit now. You are. He never said impede on their investigations. Find me that. He never said that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will always admit if I'm wrong. But tell me where he said that. If anything, he emboldened his people to you have a Fourth Amendment right. You know what I'm saying? That's what he emboldened them to do.
All right, so
And anytime
so
somebody
what
tells
part-
you not
what
to
part
get
of
out here, they're
protesting- what a part of protesting means follow law enforcement and make sure everybody else knows that whoever they investigate and knows about it. Where is that a part of protesting? That's not. Please show me that.
okay. Give me the protesting handbook and show me where it says that that's not a part of it, because there is none.
In the protesting
because-
handbook,
Oh my God.
in the protesting handbook, it says you have a right to assemble. You got a right to make loud noises in the place. You got a right, if you're gonna take it to the street and walk march in the street, you have to file a permit. So it is rules to protesting.
What I'm saying is, you're telling me that all this other stuff is not a part of protesting, but the people who are saying that that's not a part of protesting are the people who are getting protested against. And I don't care if it's Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Mandela. All of them said you don't put the pressure on the oppressed, you put it on the oppressor. Like the oppressor has a higher standard than the oppressed. So if these
Okay,
oppressed
so
have to
now-
beg
so
for
now-
they
so-
hold on.
so are
If
you
these
saying-
oppressed have to beg for if the oppressed have to beg for their freedom from the oppressor, they will never get it. So there is no proper way to protest.
So
Y'all
are
stop
you
that.
saying the oppressed is illegal aliens that's in our country that is
No,
violating-
I'm saying the oppressed is the
that's-
community of Minnesota.
Okay, so why? Okay, so let's put that in. Who were they originally designed to go out and investigate?
Illegal immigrants, right?
So who is being oppressed?
The people of Minnesota.
How are the people being oppressed if they are going out there to find illegal aliens?
How did two people, probably more than that, die in these operations? And those same people had, like, what were they doing when they were even killing these people?
Okay,
Were they operating in their
can
duties,
get
or were
there,
they
but
just
we gotta
hanging out in the
answer my
street?
question first. Shout out to the
Go
ghetto
ahead, I'll answer
story
it.
with that 1999. Just showing love. What up, SBG? We are doing well today. We are getting down to the brass tacks things. Thank you, Unlikely, for being patient. Thank you, Marvelous Opinion, for being patient. I'm gonna bring y'all in very shortly. I just want you to be able to answer the question. Are we?
Please.
Go ahead. You got to answer it? Go ahead.
No. I'll answer it again, because maybe I need to hear it again.
So, are you saying the illegal aliens are the ones being oppressed?
I'm saying the people of Minnesota are the ones being oppressed. Yes. The people
How
of
are they being
Minnesota.
oppressed if they are going after illegal aliens?
Because if they were only going after illegal aliens, they wouldn't have this stir up in that community like they have.
Why did they have the stir up? The stir up happened because Tim Walz didn't want.
Wrong. The stir up happened because the people got tired of seeing these people go door to door, just snatching people up without warrants, going around questioning people that are walking down the street. They already saw them do it in other cities, and then they brought it to Minnesota. That's what has been going on.
Who started standing up first? Who was it?
The people.
No, it was Ilhan Omar. She was the one that was trying to get people
Boy,
riled up
y'all
and
love these boogeymen, man.
right.
And this is what I was talking. This is my black people need. This is what my black people can't look at
Wait,
each
what did
other
he
and
call
know that
that
we had the
name?
same understanding no more.
Ilhan Omar. He calls her the
No,
boogeyman,
no.
I guess.
Oh, you
No,
call his
no.
name a
I'm
boogie
saying
man
that
name? I'm just trying to confirm what you called
It's
it.
the
That's all.
female, actually. Ilhan Omar.
a
Yeah, but
boogie
what did you
woman.
call it? Oh, you called her a book. Okay.
So
No, I'm
are we-
saying that
so
for
was
some
she-
of these
was she
people.
not-
Go ahead,
was
Sharon.
she not- Was she not the one saying that we need to do something because ICE is doing something to round up these immigrants and these immigrant aliens that are
You tell
illegal?
me, what did she say that riled up the community to the
She
point
said,
where
she said that they are being targeted. And the only reason why they are targeting the fraud that is happening in Minnesota is because they are melanated people. And where did we see this happen before? She tried to use the black plight for the Somalians, and it kind of worked clearly.
okay, what you also saw in Minnesota, and I'm not changing the subject. I'm on the same subject as you, right? But it wasn't just Somalis that were getting snatched up, right? Right? We've had cases of American citizens snatched up, right? We've had cases of veterans, like Vietnam vets being snatched up and stuff like that. So I guess for me, the end goal, like that y'all kind of want or whatever, what y'all feel is actually going on or whatever, it then fell into your ideology some kind of way. If you
Okay,
got
so
a certain
now,
feeling
all right,
for
since you're saying
Somali,
that, all right, so since
go
we're
ahead.
saying that American citizens get snatched up, what is the percentage of American citizens that was getting snatched up in this situation?
ICE numbers are terrible, so I don't have exact numbers. I was looking up DHS yesterday trying to figure out how many people like that were actual like people. I was trying to look up people who had asylum cases, but I'll give you a incident though. There was you remember
And
the
so,
old man that
all
got.
right, so you can't answer, and that's fine. So the
I
problem
can
is
say at
that
least
I get
1%.
it that it is going to happen.
You know,
that it's
'cause
going to be
I can
American.
say at least I can
It's
say at
going to
least
be
1% because that one man that got snatched out of his house in his Crocs and no robe and stuff like that, right? So I can at least say 1%.
All right, so now when we say that, we know it's not a real problem of them snatching up American citizens and trying to deport American citizens. It's just not a thing.
Brother.
Can one or two possibly get caught up in it because they want to give the ICE stormtroopers a difficult time and say,
And
I
here
don't
you
have
go
to do this,
giving
and I don't have to do
giving the
that.
shade
And
for
yes,
them.
so that 1% can get caught up. Yes, 100% is going to happen.
Right.
Somebody's
But
going to
here you are giving the cover for them for the reason why it would happen.
No, I'm just being honest about how it happens.
But how can you be honest about something that you didn't even admit was a thing just a second ago? But now you're giving the reason why it happened.
Okay, so somebody, I don't know if this is true or not, right? Somebody gave a stat. 121 American citizens have been temporarily detained by ICE out of 400,000 arrests.
And actually that number is high for what their numbers are showing.
So
they have 68,000 was the
what I'm saying is that 121 Americans out of 400,000 is not a thing for us to be arguing, saying that they are going around harassing and arresting American citizens. Just because it happens,
but
because
how did they
the possibility that it's going to happen because they're out there doing a job, we know that's going to happen. Innocent people all the time is going to get pulled over. People that never did a traffic violation are going to get pulled over. People that ain't never did a crime is going to get.
Great point, Sharon.
Right, it's going to happen. However,
when it happens, does it make it right?
They are doing their job and they're doing it in the best way possible.
And when it happens, does it make it right?
No.
So we'll concentrate on what we perceive as wrong of people actually exercising their Fourth Amendment right, but not the wrong of the other side. And it's unbalanced, bro.
No,
it's
so
unbalanced.
the unbalanced things that you are adding that into protesting. You cannot say that people that are going out there to stop a successful group of people. They got
there you go. There you go. Protesting means stopping something. Huh?
They got 400,000 arrests, and around 1% of it is wrongful. That is normally in any business a productive situation. but you want to just focus on the 1% that are getting detained for a short period of time, then it is awful that an American citizen is going to get detained out of this situation.
I'm
However,
pointing
for
that
the
out
greater-
because if these
for the
were
greater
go ahead.
good, these people are not. All right, so what
Go
is
ahead, I'm
your
sorry.
issue? So you're saying that if the thing cannot be 100% successful, that we shouldn't do it?
I'm saying it was never designed to be 100%. It was
Okay.
designed to invoke fear in people in those communities. That's what it was there for.
But you have
When they
to
were in
prove-
LA, when they were
Mhm.
in LA, it was the same thing. They were there to intimidate communities that Trump did not win. That's what they're there for.
No,
And
that
anything
never
else,
happened.
he could have did all that and executed correctly with ICE. You know what I'm saying? But there's a reason why Bongino and Kristi Noem are being outed, you know, ousted right now. There's a reason. It's because this shit hit the fan like hard for this administration. With the Renee Good, they didn't have a problem going out there and creating an alibi for the officer. They couldn't do this time, right?
Agreed.
But both of them were poorly executed by the officers, right?
Which one? Okay, so no. Inflation is just too crazy to me. Where the officer in the Renee Good did wrong is that he didn't get ambulance and help to her fast enough. She was sitting in that car way too long without calling it in and calling the ambulance to make sure that woman have a chance to live. That's where he went wrong at. So if they want to say that, hey, you took too long to get her some help and possibly save her life, hey, I'm 100% all for that. But we're not going to act like is that woman didn't try to run that man over. And now with this situation is a completely different situation. That man, in my eyes, it looked like he executed that man. It ain't no way somebody's going to say that this man pulled out his gun and then it accidentally went off. And then the other officers heard a gunshot and they shot 10 more times. That's crazy. When the man was
so would you say that? Let me ask this then. With what you saying, would you believe? I'm only going to give you two people, Trump or Walz. Which one emboldened the murder of Alex Purdy after the shooting of Renee Good? Which one, the actions of Tim Walz or the actions of Trump, do you think, led to Alex Purdy's death?
Tim Walz.
Have a good day, y'all.
He absolutely promoted that. I don't understand how that is not an understanding. That's crazy to me. After his speech, after Tim Walz's speech, that man got deleted. Because after Tim Walz's speech, that man felt like, you know what? I need to take to the street as well. I need to go out there and be involved in every investigation that is going on in my city. That's what happened. That man passed away after Tim Walz's speech. You cannot go past that. He emboldened his community to go out there and harass ICE, throw snowballs, keep on doing what you're doing. These people went from throwing snowballs to tearing up hotels that they believe ICE was sleeping in after his speech. It's crazy.
It's definitely crazy. What up, Bracy?
Good day to you. Thank you, Unlikely T, let me walk that down. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I don't know how you do it, brother. But yeah, that's crazy how people just are taking the sides and not understand. Like, and it seems like he's making it a black thing because I heard him say, it's crazy how black folk don't understand how this is like it'll happen to us next or some bullshit, right? And I just think that's like extreme gaslighting. I think guys like that are just stuck in the past, and they need something to live for. So it's just like, yo, we gotta fight. Like, yo, life.
Let me just say this real quick, Maximus. If you feel like what we are saying is dumb, you are more than welcome to hit the link and substantiate your argument. Please hit the link. Go ahead, unlikely.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I just think that it's like you just don't have nothing better to do. Just like the people that's out there. You know, you made a great point. Like how are they being accosted, right? They're coming to be accosted, right? They're going to where ICE is, and then things are happening. When we all know 100% for a fact, if they didn't go to those places, they stayed in the house and they mind their business, right? Something that they do also well when there's of violence in neighborhoods that they frequent, right? They ignore it, but now they want to come out for people that are not even citizens. So I just think it's just appalling. And I just have nothing for people that want to just argue the other side till eternity. What up, Marvelous?
Black and Proud. No, we did not fact check. I said let's assume that this 400,000 is correct. Anybody could go ahead and fact check it all they want to. I already said let's assume that this is correct. So if you'd like to, you could go ahead and fact check it.
Like, why does the number matter? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, people, yeah, that's crazy.
So, in your opinion, unlikely, before we move it to Marvelous opinion. All right. So so they saying that I'm assuming the fact check, but y'all not giving any numbers. What is the numbers of American citizens being arrested by ICE in comparison? What is the percentage? Don't say that I'm assuming when you don't have the number.
And then what if the number is just like 50,000 off? It's still a ridiculous amount. Even if it's 200,000, it's still a ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. Like, why does the number matter? Why are so many people being arrested? Why are they, well, like I said, I know why. People have nothing to do. They have no lives. They're spoiled brats in America, because that's what you guys are. You're spoiled, like we spoil rotten here, and you guys have nothing else to do but to go at ICE agents. And then black people are making it seem like they're gonna come do it to us next. Like, what's wrong with y'all, man? Like, I gotta find some hobbies or something, man, for real. But what you was gonna ask me, Sean?
Who do you think, with his question before he left, and he got so upset at me, which I'm surprised he got that upset at me. But
I ain't even hear what happened. Damn,
who's at more fault? Is it Donald Trump is more at fault for Alex Preddy's death, or is it Tim Walz as more at fault for Tim?
Oh, Tim Walz. That's easy.
And why you say?
Yeah, why do I say? Because when you tell people to protest, you don't realize that you're not giving them a script to follow or rule book or guideline, right? So it escalates as any type of confrontation does if there's no guidelines to it. If two men come together and neither one of them have a guideline, or neither one of them have a standard, or both of them don't have a standard, what's going to happen? A fight will ensue. Meanwhile, if two men come together who have morals, who have values, who have standards that are equal, then they will have a conversation and walk away. What's happening, and this is why I'm saying that Tim Walz is at fault, is because he's telling them to riot, knowing full well the history of what rioting does. I mean, it was one point when black people was getting hit with hoses, and they were being peaceful. So think about that. Now you got these entitled white people out there in Minnesota who, again, there's a bunch of gang violence happening in Minnesota as well. They ain't talking about that. They ain't rioting for that. But we got black people coming up here in defense for them. And again, Tim Walz is inciting it with the riots because, again, it's really all about confrontation escalates. And I think that a lot of people are not understanding that. I saw one clip where they done snatched a safe out of a back of a truck and cracked it open and was looking for I'm like, what the hell?
They got a whole rifle out there, Jones.
Oh yeah, it was a rifle. And I'm like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you go tell them to protest.
And the person, they wound up finding the person, so that was good. I'm glad that you brought that up. Right, the person that did it was a known gang member because he had the tattoos on his face.
Wow,
he have arrest records and everything of being a violent criminal.
You see what I'm saying? And that's another thing, is that people will infiltrate protesting. I was in Atlanta when they were rioting, and it was protest, peaceful people. Even my girl went out there. My now wife, she was my girl at that time, but my now wife, she was out there holding hands, protesting. She was, she get real emotional about this stuff, right? And we saw that, and then we saw people who were broke looting, stealing, breaking glass, creating so telling people to protest, man, could mean so many things. So that's why I think he's at fault.
Yeah. And so just so we clear, they only have about 170 instances of Americans being detained by ICE.
Very low.
Like I don't, and they make tens of thousands of arrests. It's under 200. It's just wild. There go your fact check, because since y'all don't want to do the fact check, because y'all know if y'all would have did it, y'all would have realized for yourself that is just a silly argument. That yes, some people in a Honda Accord is going to get pulled over for speeding, even though we know their car cannot go over 65 miles an hour.
Yeah, I just think a lot of people are one-dimensional. They can't think like three-dimensional. They'll just say like one guy saying nobody is telling people to riot. No, but if you tell them to protest and then they start rioting, or you tell them to protest and then they start fighting the people, or you tell them to protest and then they start breaking shit, you're part of
Perfect. Welcome to the show. Marvelous is back. So we got Mars the Pin. I want to know your thoughts. Then we got AR and then Uda on go.
All right, so I did do some research on the whole situation in Minnesota. Can you hear me well? We good?
Yes.
All right, cool. So yes, the civil unrest and all that stuff, it makes sense to why people are feeling some type of way about it. But there's also, I look at it where, and this is what hints at something more what you said earlier before you got into the topic, Sharon, when you said different perspectives, different people, different everything, like stuff.
Yeah.
I conclude that it comes down to information overload. So basically people being overload with so much information that it is causing instability. And there's also a lot of different it's things with narratives that are being driven on both sides. That's tugging people's minds. There is a lot of fallacious statements being made. There's so much in terms of causing stir and confusion to where people cannot critically think because they're being overloaded with so much 24/7 news cycles, algorithms, and stuff like that. It all comes down to how it's affecting people's mindsets. So when they go in to a protest, depending on what narrative they heard last, they're going to act on impulsively. People are being very, very reactive, and no one's stopping to think for a moment to say, okay, how can we address this? No one's trying to approach this from like the quarterback stance where it's like, okay, let's shoot this from the quarterback's view and see what I can see on the field. But they rather just run in, take the ball and run. And not even know. And they might get lucky, they might get touchdown, they might make the hole, whatever, but then, they might get stuffed, might get sacked. But again, that just comes to your own awareness. But I just think that for the most part, people are amped up. And I don't think it's really their fault for being what they are. People, this is all new to us. All this stuff I talked about 24/7 newscasting, algorithms, social media. All this overload of information is what's affecting a lot of us, I believe, personally. At least that's what speaks to when you talk about the beginning. As far as the topic goes, as far as Mr. Walsh, I did watch one statement address he did from 11 days ago. It was a bit fallacious because he is a politician. And that's why I can't stand politicians, because they like to frame things in a particular way to suit a certain narrative. It can't just speak to things how they are, or even speak to things that would benefit someone better than themselves. So if it's going to come off that, even if it's the truth, if it comes off that it may support or strongman your opposition, they won't hint at it. Although it is still good because it's for the good of all people, not just for yourself. So when you frame things for yourself, you're being selfish. And this is what's pretty much I've been seeing on all sides of political views, where you can't speak honestly because you're afraid or you don't want to lose power or grip, in my opinion, on what it is that's beneficial to the people because you're making it about yourself being power hungry. That's just my opinion.
Nice. I like that. Welcome to the show. AR, good day, sir. Good to see you. What is your thoughts?
What's up, man?
I'm doing
What's up
well.
with you slurping on, Trump lately?
Pause that. Why, yo, y'all?
You know,
saying,
New Yorkers on the panel, bro. Pause, bro. You know that.
yeah, I don't know
Speaking
why
your
y'all
lingo.
like saying
That was crazy.
why Anton got y'all all saying
Hard, why are you
gay?
slurping on Trump like this? Word to my moms.
AR, that was crazy.
Pause.
Yes.
That was too
Yo.
early for that pause.
Y'all gotta relax, bro. Y'all gotta stop listening to Anton, bro. Unsubscribe. Got y'all with all the gay like remarks and shit, rebuttals.
Ain't you from New York too?
Yeah, no, I'm not from New York.
Oh,
This,
okay.
you
I
know,
thought you were,
but
my
it's a
bad.
tri-state.
Sometimes I get you and Fighter confused. I think Fighter might be from somebody from New York.
Man.
It's a tri-state, whatever.
What
the
you
fuck.
mean by that, AR? What you mean?
What do I mean? What do you mean? What do I mean?
So, like, I don't understand. So, do you believe this whole situation, this last situation, who is more in fault, Tim Walz or Donald Trump for this Alex Preddy situation?
Oh, I don't know if I would necessarily say either one. Definitely
That was the two choices.
Well, I don't like those two choices, so I'm gonna go with the ICE agents and whoever's leading ICE. And if Trump knows,
It was Border Patrol, by the way, but still, you
whoever's
would go
leading
with,
Border Patrol.
So you would go with
Huh?
So you'll go with Donald Trump in that case.
I said whoever's leading Border Patrol. So if Trump knows Border Patrol is doing the tactics that they're doing and is out of hand, then sure you can place some blame on him as well. But definitely the agents that were there and the leader of the Border Patrol, because you're not obviously training your personnel well. So I mean, there's fault to go around, but I definitely would blame him more.
So did you see Tim Walz's speech?
Nah.
Well, that makes sense.
Before or after?
So before Alex Preddy's situation, Tim Walz had a speech a couple of days before where he was emboldening the community to keep on protesting, keep on.
So keep on expressing their First Amendment right. All right, continue.
No. So
yeah,
okay,
protest.
So all right, so now
no,
I think this is the issue that we have. Are we having a difference of what protesting is? Do you believe impeding on official law enforcement business is protesting?
I 100% believe that recording police officers while they're doing whatever they're doing.
That's
is
not answering a question.
Right. Yeah, I do.
That's not
answering. Okay,
it's loaded. I understand. Unlikely, you don't really comprehend things well. It's a loaded question. When you say, "Hey, do you believe that them impeding X, Y, and Z?" You're already claiming that Alex was impeding.
All right, you don't have to be disrespectful. I know
that's
your
fine.
mom raised you terribly, and you probably never had a dad. But
I gotta relax. You guys be slow.
Okay, let's hold on. I want to
relax.
impeding. Hold on,
when the Black Panthers were following police around,
you would have never been a Black Panther. You would have been a wimp. So who cares about what you think about the Black Panthers?
That's fine. When the Black Panthers were following police around with guns in their cars,
you weren't there. You don't know nothing about what you're saying. It's all circumstantial. It's all assumptions. You don't know nothing about what you're talking about.
My brothers,
you don't know what you're talking about.
We have to.
So what were the Black Panthers doing?
You don't know.
You tell me. You tell me.
I don't have to tell you anything. You're a piece of trash. You immediately disrespect me. You're a piece of trash. Why would I answer any of your questions?
Hey, my brothers,
that's okay.
My brothers, I do not want to drop neither one of y'all.
That's okay. You're a piece of trash.
Allow me so people can actually hear both sides. People want to hear both of your arguments, but if y'all talk over each other, we are not going to get to it. So now, AR, from the last thing I heard you say was about the Black Panther. The Black Panther was not following law enforcement.
Yes, they were.
They was posted up in their position, posted up at buildings.
No, they weren't.
Good. Substantiate your argument that they was following police.
Bobby Seale specifically said, Bobby Seale in his book, Seize the Time, he specifically talks about how the Black Panthers were driving around following cops as they would pull black motorists over. These are the guys
that's never there, by the way. He's never at none of the protests.
Bobby Seale was the co-founder of the Black Panthers.
These are the guys that just know you. You're the guy that talks about it, but it's never there.
I'm going Bobby Seale, the co-founder of the Black Panthers.
That last part is a fact, though. The last part is a fact, though. They were running around in the city.
Finish his statement, and we will get a chance to jump in right after. I promise. Good.
The Black Panthers.
You were never there.
You said substantiate what I said.
Yes.
I'm going by what firsthand accounts by the man that created the Black Panthers said. He said the Black Panthers were following police around as they went around enforcing, quote unquote, enforcing the law, and would follow them around with guns in their car.
Yeah, but that's not impeding, though. You got to grow up. That's not impeding, though. You can follow them, but to impede them is something else. You got to grow up and be a man one day.
Do you want to talk?
But you got to let him finish so we can.
I don't got to let him finish. He's disrespecting me from the jump. I'm gonna be all in his conversation. So either he kicks me or I just cut him off. There is no respect for trash.
But respect it for me, please.
Yeah, I respect you. As soon as he talks, he's going to get cut off.
But hold on,
that's just what the game is now. Because I didn't disrespect him.
You interrupted me when I answered the question.
Yeah, but that's this guy. Are you a kid?
I might be.
I assume you are because you were the first one to disrespect.
Why are you arguing with a kid?
You were the first one to disrespect. No, you're a grown man. You just have a kid's mentality. You just said I was a kid,
though.
Yeah, you have a kid's mentality.
Why are you arguing with someone with a kid's IQ?
Put it together. Why are you up here?
Doesn't make sense.
As a kid.
Okay.
See how dumb these questions
did
get?
Did that answer your question, Sharon?
No, you did not.
Okay. It does. So if Bobby Seale says they were following police around, you're telling me that the Black Panthers weren't following police around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. I said no. Okay. I said impeding. So okay.
Yeah,
so okay, that's fine. We're being very direct. We can walk it down. So they follow police. Are these people just following ICE?
I think that Alex was, yeah.
You said these people, and he calls me dumb. But
he said, man, it's like you guys.
You say one person's name, and he said multiple.
Right. So hold on,
idiot, bro.
So again, all right, let's go with the Black Panthers. They followed police officers, which is not illegal. Can you now let's go to the next level of it? So let's be in agreement. Black Panthers followed the police officers in their neighborhood. Did they impede on police officers by the way how these people are impeding on the ICE officers? Is that a 1-to-1?
Do you need me to spoon feed? Do you need me to spoon feed?
Can't get a yes or no.
This conversation went.
Yes, I want to have a.
I'll speak for you guys. I know you guys want to slurp a little bit, and it's tough for you to follow. Originally, you asked me this latest situation, which is about one individual. Which is a.
Yeah, I agreed. I said yes. The Black Panthers followed police officers.
I agree. It's angry this early in the morning.
Hold on, Lee, please. I want to have the full understanding so we could walk it down. So I agree. They followed the police officers. Right.
That has nothing to do with what I'm saying right now. Because you wanted to agree with unlikely that I'm sitting here.
Not agreeing with me. He's not agreeing with me.
You said yeah, right.
Stop slurping me up. He wasn't trying to agree with me. Stop slurping me up.
What I'm trying to do is get back to a conversation that we can have fruitfully.
Yeah, but he the one saying slurping up and people can't comprehend. He's the child. Like I don't get this guy.
It's okay. I'm trying to move past that. So this way we can get back to a conversation.
It's so easy to trigger these.
You said it like 3 times. I'm not triggering. I didn't call you out your name or anything.
I know, but I need both parties to
not
just
let
us get past this part. Right. So, okay, they followed the police officers and we're going to be in agreement with that. But we are both going to agree that them following police is not impeding on police, correct?
It depends on the situation, but generally speaking, just following police officers is not impeding.
Okay. All right. So now
hold on, because you can ask your questions and keep on skipping as if you didn't say things that you said before to other people. But I'm just going to keep on interrupting until we make sure we're on the same page. Because I don't do the whole loaded question bullshit.
You don't have enough.
Originally, I hopped on. You asked me what was my opinion about the specific situation that just happened, which was about one individual. Not about
he was slurping up Donald Trump.
All this other stuff, right? It was about one individual. Okay. So this whole conversation is about one individual. So when you ask me a question, should they be something about do I believe in impeding officers, or if that's right or whatever? You can't ask me about that one situation, then follow it up with that question, and then try to say those two are not connected. You following it up with that loaded question is implying that Alex may have been in some way, shape, or form impeding the police officers. And since you asked me originally about that one situation, no, I do not believe he's impeding police officers. So no, what happened to him has nothing to do with him impeding police officers. And even if he was impeding police officers, him getting executed in the street still is not right. So either way, that's wrong. And the Black Panthers going back then, there was plenty of police officers and plenty of government officials that said they were impeding police officers, which is exactly the same situation happening in Minnesota in a lot of cases.
God.
Okay, so now these ICE officers, what civil rights they was violating with getting illegal immigrants out of here?
What civil rights are they violating by getting illegal immigrants out of there?
Yeah.
I would say you going up to random people because they speak Spanish and asking for papers.
Say the right. Say the actual law. Stop. I'm sorry, Sharon. I'm just gonna mute. I'm sorry.
So and again, this is why for me, comparing the civil rights movement to this situation is
I didn't compare it.
You did. You brought up the Black Panthers at the fight.
It wasn't a comparison of civil rights versus something else.
I understand you hot, but let me finish what I'm saying. So the ICE agents is not same to what was happening in the civil rights movement while the Black Panther was out there monitoring police. They was monitoring police because they was infringing on Black people's civil rights.
What civil rights were they impeding on for Black people?
What you mean? I don't understand.
What civil rights?
Let's assume that we are. Let's assume that we understand the conversation and we don't have to play tit for tat about the civil rights movement that the Black Panther Party was like. Let's just act like we both understand what we're talking about.
Let's both understand that we're talking about when we're talking about ICE agents arresting and detaining American citizens, and then we can understand that civil rights are being violated. And you can quote the whatever 170 or I don't know what statistic that's from. You can quote that all you want. I don't care. We can talk about the government officials saying someone is a domestic T because they are exercising their First and Second Amendment right together. We can talk about that. To me, that's a civil right violation. That's a constitutional violation, which would go above necessarily a civil right violation. So we can talk about the violations that are occurring and not act like they aren't occurring. If you're detaining random people in the streets, that's a civil right violation. The Constitution doesn't just apply to citizens. It applies to persons within the United States, subject to the jurisdiction thereof. And an illegal immigrant is subject to the jurisdiction thereof. They deserve due process and equal protection, just like you as a citizen do. So don't say like, oh, well, they're being asked where the papers are, but it's not a civil right violation. It is a civil right violation in my eyes. You going up to somebody randomly and saying, and because they speak Spanish or because they speak Chinese or some other language, and you saying, hey, I don't think you're a citizen, get in my car. There's no oversight of this at all, if you ask me. So yeah, I do think that there's civil right violations happening. And to compare it to the Black Panthers wasn't a comparison of civil rights versus civil rights. It was just an example of someone following police officers and recording them. And that's all that was. It doesn't have to necessarily be a civil rights thing. So to your bigger question about impeding law enforcement, no, I think that the agitators on the side, like for example, I obviously did not think that what happened with Renee Good was the officer's fault. I came out here and I said that multiple times. I defended the ICE agent because I don't find it was his fault. She tried to run him over. Whether it was in her intent or not. So that's different than Alex recording a police officer, getting his gun taken away from him, and then getting executed in the middle of the street. Those are completely different situations.
Okay, so hold on. Let me understand. Do you think our argument that Alex was we are all in agreement that Alex should not have been shot? So this way
he had a gun on him. Wait.
Maybe not. Maybe leave.
We're not in agreement because some people don't care about the Constitution, and unlikely obviously does not.
All right, bro. Hold on. This guy always like I don't have time for this. Like,
well, then why
guy, you're acting like a woman, bro. You're not gonna like. I'm not gonna argue with you. Like, you want to act like that's him, bro.
I got y'all. I just need both of y'all to just all right. We just get back into the conversation.
Both of us. Got one guy throwing mud, but both of us copy. All right.
Yes.
So I do believe that if he had why does he have a gun? Why does he have a gun?
Because it's a state where he could carry. It was
why?
Illegal.
Okay. Why is he around the ICE agents? Is it okay? Is a protest happening where he is, and he has a gun on him, or is it just like he's walking down the street and they just run up on him? Like, what was the scenario? Because I really didn't see it at all.
But regardless, you can have you can still carry a gun while being at a protest.
I know, but
and that's number one. Number two, they unarmed him. They took the gun off of him, so he didn't have a gun on him when he got shot.
okay.
And it was clear to see that he didn't have.
So why did they shoot him?
Right, and that's where I'm in agreement with AR that they executed that man in the street because he didn't have no weapon on him.
But he did have a weapon on him.
No, but they took it off him. Like you could clearly see an officer.
They had to wrestle him for it, or
no.
they just like take it out of him.
Okay, I explained to you step by step what happens, so this way we could get the whole gist of it because I didn't know you didn't see it. What happened was that they was already, you know how they doing them, and so they following the officers around. So he was directing traffic. Two ladies in the street, jumping in ICE face, screaming and yelling at ICE about what they're doing. One of the ICE agents went over to the female. He wound up pushing the lady. Then Alex went over to help the lady, and then he got pepper sprayed and pushed as well. He pushed the officer off of him. The officer grabbed him, thrown to the floor. He's on all fours. They see, so when he got hit, when he's on the floor on all fours, now he's, like this on all fours, you can see the gun. They take it out his holster, and once he take it out his holster, the other cop takes out his gun, and he shoots him, and then the other cop shoots as well.
Wait, but they said that the gun went off. Somebody's saying that the gun
went
off.
No, so that
AR,
hold on. The idea of the gun going off, that was the officer gun going off.
And they thought it was him. So
we don't know whose gun went off.
And they thought it was him.
For a fact, Alex's gun did not go off because it was in the officer's hand walking to the sidewalk.
But he did. Wait. We don't know.
Hold on, AR. You could correct me in a second. So 100%, Alex did not have a gun.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask some questions. Clarifying questions.
Just real quick.
When he walked up.
Hold on, AR. I got you.
Nah, let him go. Ladies first. Nah, let him go because he want to talk so much. Let the lady go first.
Just real quick. Thank you for letting ladies go first. It's not 100% that his gun didn't go off because it could have misfired or something could have happened while it was in the cop's hand. Just to be clear, and there was like 6 or 7 officers on Alex, not just 2. I know you weren't implying that there was only 2, but when you told it, you didn't there was a lot of officers on top of Alex at this time. So just to be clear.
Okay. So clarifying question. He walked up to the ICE agents to try to help a woman. So he interacted with them first. They weren't coming up to So in that situation, okay. See, so is it correct or not?
It's correct.
Sure. Okay, I believe you. So if he did that, then he has put himself in a situation to be shot. I don't think he should have gotten shot, but he put himself in that situation. He knew he had a gun on him, correct? Right? Because at that point when he walked up to them, he had his gun on him at that point, right? So I mean, that's scary, yo. I mean, I don't know how the hell I would have never done that as a black man. I would have thought that I was going to get shot. So
do I need to play the video again? Like, this is crazy that we got to watch the video again.
Yeah, I think you do. From what I understood,
thought I would have got
shot. When was the video, the clip of him with the ICE agent in his face and his phone being up? When was that? I thought that was after. I thought that was before.
I believe y'all don't believe Marvelous has a narrative to push. Marvelous, go ahead. All
right. Go ahead. What happened? So there's several angles to this particular situation. The one that was crucial, because there's one that happens, everyone sees, right? It's real close and personal, where the camera goes down for a second. But during that second, it was very important because during that moment, it was a car that was driving by, I was watching at the same time. Alex was in the middle of the street, got in traffic, along with the lady. The ICE agents approached them, telling them to go to the sidewalk. ICE agent pushed Alex to the sidewalk. Another agent had pushed the lady to the sidewalk. When he pushed the lady, she fell. Alex saw that and addressed it in a way where it was like it was aggressive. So he put his hands on the cop by, saying like too much, like, well, why would you push her so hard, in a situation like that? And they're gonna help her up. He then gets pepper sprayed in the face and then detained. Well, they attempted to detain him. They were trying to hold him down. He's on all fours with about 7 or 6 officers on top of him. One sees a gun on his waistband, on his waistline, and grabs the gun. Now, there's no audio for this part. This is real crucial because we don't know. This is what the investigation is for. To what was said, what was done. We saw what was done, but we don't know what was said to trigger the officers to start shooting immediately. Because as soon as that gun was removed, shots was fired immediately. I mean, as soon as that gun came out that man's holster, shots was fired. So we don't know what was said, what was done. We've seen our results, and we all agree that was a bad shoot. No one's saying there was nothing good about that shoot, but that is what we have in conclusion to what has occurred.
So again, it's another person putting themselves in harm's way. I mean,
anytime you go to a protest against against government action, you're putting yourself in harm's way. Therefore, you deserve to get shot. If you get shot, it is
that's
what
not
it is.
true. That's not
what
true.
Unlikely says.
That's not true, and that's not
clear.
what I said.
That is what you said. It's okay.
Like,
it's all right.
You're
slurping this morning. It's all good.
I get that guys like you like to be the center of attention, but just relax. Marvelous.
I thought I was a lady.
Guy. Jesus.
Am I a man or a woman today? I'm just trying to keep
man?
up.
You all right?
No, I guess I'm a man, and then I'm a woman next, and then I'm back to being a man. I just want you to elaborate on which one I am, so I can keep up.
You need me to tell you that?
You called me a lady earlier, and now you're calling me a man again.
You all right, bro?
And just to clarify, you understood what I meant when I said his gun was removed. His gun was removed by ICE agent. He didn't remove it himself. An ICE agent removed the gun from his waistband. As soon as the ICE agent actually did that, shots was fired.
Unlikely doesn't care about that.
Hold on. So Lee, you understand? So are you on the same page with Marvin's opinion? Unlikely, because AR on some shit today. I don't know what's going on. Unlikely. Lee,
he might have got a call or something.
I ain't get no call. That boy a coward.
Lee, are you there? Unlikely. Unlikely. Unmute yourself right now, sir. Follow the command. Is a direct command from your chief officer. Come on, Lee.
I wanted to speak to something that AR did say.
Lee, I want to know. Come on, I want to know.
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
No,
damn.
Happen, Lee. Let it happen, Lee. Shout out to the Powder Dusty with the Twilights. Go watch it, Lee. They want you to go and watch the video for yourself and come back.
Fair enough.
Shout out to the Chicago Real, gifted 5 The Wildest Wake Up Show memberships. Thank you so much. And everybody that got one, make sure you maintain it. Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody that got one. Hopefully you maintain it. I appreciate every last one of you. So thank you so much, Chicago Rilla. I really appreciate it. And so Lee, you let it happen. Go watch it now. So get JL Boston, I'll bring you in so we can finish this conversation.
No, I was just gonna say, hey man, good morning to you, man. Man, it's early, man. People getting kicked off the panel already, man. Shout out to Lee, man. Shout out to Marvelous, man. Shout out AR, man. What's going on with y'all?
What's up, man?
But go ahead and continue, man. I'm just listening. I'll chime in when
cool.
when presented.
Sure. You mind if I talk to AR real quick about something he said?
Yeah.
All right, so you brought up some good points, AR, and I addressed it. I saw them myself and I wanted to address it. When you say that shit. It was hold up. I had a brain fog. Damn, you said something that was so crucial.
I have that effect. It's all good, bro.
I know, but you said
it's usually women, but it's all good.
You said so many goddamn things. I had it. You basically had said something about the shooting in itself. The response to it, the agency, the female, when she tried to blame it as a terrorist attack. And I was like, wow, that's playing very loose with the term, because she's looking at certain elements of it, but not looking at intent. And that's very crucial. And that's very effed up, because they could pretty much, that's like the new gotcha rule. Like, I can get away with it as long as it's a terrorist, it's okay. And it's like, no, that was not okay. Yes, or certain elements of what a terrorist would do and have be there, yes, because you're against the government. Well, a part of an agency of the government. That's one thing, because it's almost like if someone was to, I don't know, because I represent the Navy at the end of the day. If someone was to go after me, would they be a terrorist? Not necessarily, because you don't know the intent. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like it's kind of they're trying
and
to
I believe that's why what you're saying, Mark, that's why Donald Trump had to step in and give Governor a call, because she dropped the ball. Her and what's his name, Bravio. They both jumped the gun by calling false accusations on the situation that we all was able to see within 20 hours, less than 24 hours. And that's why this whole situation had to die down as it is, right? But at the same time, I do believe that Alex, what he did put himself in the situation. He was attempting to impede on investigations. He's put himself in the middle of the investigation. He was not just being somebody that was just monitoring ICE or what they're doing. No, he was slowing them down from doing their job. And that's the issue that I have with the whole situation. People cannot put themselves in the middle of investigations. Literally, he put himself in between investigations. That is a problem. And then when you cause this situation where now you are physically interacting with these men that are already unhinged because their hotels is getting attacked, they get snowballs thrown at them. All these situations are happening to them in real time, and then we act as if these people are not human all of a sudden is a weird thing. Welcome to the show, Marcel the Great. Good day to you.
Hey, peace to the panel. What's going on?
I'm doing well, thank you. What's your thoughts? This is your first time on the show?
Yeah, first time, man. Peace to everybody, man. I was just I was listening. I heard what AR, I think it was AR. He said something about impeding, or maybe that was you, Sharon. That's how you pronounce your name?
Yes, correct.
Yes, sir. You were saying something about impeding the investigation of ICE, and I just was trying to get like the definition of what you were talking about, like when it comes to protesting, these protesters out there.
So I don't look at what they was doing as protesting, because they follow ICE agents around, hop out their car, make noise, and slow them down from their investigation, and possibly allowing people that are illegal immigrants or illegal aliens or even possible criminals to get away by alerting them that ICE is in the vicinity. So that is them impeding on investigations from these agents.
I understand what you're saying, and I can't disagree with that, because I can't say that when it comes to this impeding shit, like impeding investigations, it's not as black as in black and white as everybody trying to make it seem like. You know what I'm saying? Because like there are protesters out there that's blocking roadways with dumpsters. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it a buck though. Like when it comes to police and just law enforcement in general, whether it's border patrol, ICE, they are, or for the most part, from what I've seen, they escalate the situation. You know what I'm saying? They can be the aggressor in a lot of these situations. From what I take from it, how many times on numerous occasions, you can be just standing around the area where somebody else got arrested. You might pull your phone out, and here you go, got the cops in your face. Are you impeding the investigation? Now you getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just gonna say that everybody is these people are impeding, because you got like I said, these cops, they be lying and shit. So. But I let y'all continue. I just wanted to,
Yeah, and that's fair. And so we know when it's from people that are just standing on corners and they happen to get a coffee and they see the situation happen, they pull out their phone. It's a different situation. These people know where ICE is staying at. They go ahead and destroy the hotels that they're staying at, destroying business just because ICE agents are staying there. They have a whole text thread supposedly ran by Democrats to let each other know where they are popping up next, so they could go there and be as loud as they possibly can. So it is a moving protest. So it's not actually organized to say we standing on this popular boulevard on all four corners, telling everybody to honk their horn in support of or being aware of these ICE agents that are disrespecting the law. Number three, I think Tim Walsh should have said, hey, we are going to work with ICE to ensure that ICE is doing a job correctly, that they are not harassing citizens. And number four, the amount of arrests compared to American citizens that got detained for a few minutes, it just doesn't justify the fact of protesting. It doesn't justify it. The number is too low. If it's somewhere in the low 1%, even if it's 10%, it's too low of a number to say that these people are infringing on Americans' constitutional rights. It's just
I think I disagree with that part. That last part you said about they not infringing on our rights. I feel like we passed the whole, like Tim Walsh making a comment about what's going on. I think we passed all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Trump, Trump should have. Well, I mean, he's not gonna do that because his character. But if he was a upright individual, man, he should have told him, "I'm on the roll. Hold on, I'm a little tired. Truck just lost all that shit. Dropped all their boxes.
It's dangerous. Be safe out there in the
But
streets.
anyway,
Yeah, be safe driving.
I feel like
So now, so
like
do
Trump,
you?
If he was an upright, stand up guy, he should have told. Just like what you
Marcel,
said, we need to work with these citizens to make sure that we only going after, the illegals, because that's not what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They going after, just like Buddy said. If you ain't got an American accent, if you don't talk like, quote unquote, I ain't gonna say, if you don't talk like white folk, you know what I'm saying? If you don't sound like you from here, then we on your ass. You know what I mean? Pause, but. That's pretty much how they going after. You got tattoos. If you look shady, we gonna come after you. So it's not really like they not.
Right. But the issue is that I'm gonna mute you real quick, Marcel, because you're having some feedback. But the issue that we are not addressing is that why did they start profiling in the first place? Because the goddamn state itself started not working with the federal government. And they would have gave them, hey, look, this is where these people are at, where you possibly could find, because the local police officers kind of have an understanding of how they city work. But since the city did not want to work with the federal government, they had to do other ways to go ahead and do things. And that is the real issue that we are seeing. So Tim Walsh should have been pushing out, hey, we are going to work with them to ensure that they ain't doing all these things that's unconstitutional. And so people are not addressing that this is poor leadership on Tim and Frey, the governor and the mayor. And we acting as if this is ICE's fault when they are just attempting to do their job. And we have the leaders in that city and that state go against what now they are going with. The same thing they was going against, now they are telling about, now they retracting everything, saying we are going to work with ICE agents to make sure we get illegals out. You should have been doing that from the get-go. And we wouldn't be in this position where two American citizens lost their life because you want to have a political fight.
I don't even the crook, you know what I'm saying? Can I still be heard?
Can you what?
Can I still be heard? I can't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, I don't even really think that's like the crux of it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more so just, blatant racism, you know what I'm saying? That's how we got to this ICE shit, We're gonna get these you know what? I'm lying. Some of it is right. I say 75% of it is racism. Now don't get me wrong, I don't agree with illegals coming over here. And I don't agree with them just coming and just come on in. Now if they get here and they using U.S. policies to stay here, like they going into court and they going to their little, meetings with Homeland Security and all that. If you doing what you're supposed to do when you get over here, I don't see no reason why you should be a target when it comes down to this immigration shit. You know what I mean?
Right, perfect. And we agree with that as well. But we do understand that majority of the people that they arrest are the target that they are looking for, especially when the local government helped them out. So that's the issue that we'll keep glancing over, that they are investigating. It ain't they just randomly pulling people up and having when they have drunk drivers or late at night at a party and they just have a blockade and they just say, hey, let me see your breath. That's not what's happening. Welcome to the show. Good day, Supreme Vaginal Vessel. How you doing today?
Wonderful. Good day, everyone.
Can you believe AR is
Morning.
out here saying that ICE is infringing on people's constitutional right by getting illegal aliens off the streets?
Look at you doing that loaded shit again.
That's crazy, Troy.
I can believe it.
But and Diva, you know what else he did? He used Bobby Seale and the Black Panthers to prove his point. He's saying Alex Preddy is no different than the Black Panthers.
Man, that's tough right there. Hold up now. I said that.
You're not wrong, AR. You could have just said exactly what they're doing, and you're right. There's a little bit of overreach. There's some power that they have that does infringe with the Fourth Amendment strongly. For real.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you could have used their example. You didn't have to use the Black Panther. You could just say what they're doing. They are actually breaking the Fourth Amendment. The First and the Fourth Amendment is always being
the Black
challenged.
Panther example is just to show that you can follow police officers and record them, and we shouldn't be calling it impeding on their investigation.
Well, so, but the issue is that you're framing it. The issue is that you're framing it that we are not saying just the following part.
It was implied by Alec by you saying by you asking the question.
It's a lot first. So they following them. They blowing whistles. They hit them with snowballs. They literally
did Alex do this? We were talking about Alex specifically. Stop bringing up everybody else. We're talking about Alex hit him with snowballs. You know this.
So what I'm saying is that what Alex did within the video. So first of all, when you're framing it that way, Alex, he impeded by jumping in the middle of the way of them detaining that woman.
They were detaining that woman, or they were pushing her onto the ground.
The one that they pushed onto the ground.
Okay, that she was part of their investigation.
Clearly,
she was. Dude, you
clearly because
Mo said no.
Clearly, because they went after her because she was in their face. It was two women in front of the car. They was the ones impeded on whatever they was doing.
So they were trying to detain her, and they weren't just pushing her onto the ground.
No, they weren't detaining her. They were
Mo, stop saving him.
He
said they were detaining. He said they were detaining. This officer was trying to detain this woman, and Alex stepped in to prevent her detainment. That's what he just said.
Regardless of that, right? Because now all of a sudden we got to be very it got to be to the exact T. He got in the way of them involving with that woman. He impeded. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So regardless, they were detaining her, they was pushing her on the ground, they said her get away, mind your business, whatever he was saying to her, he impeded that.
Okay, so no matter what it is, whether it's constitutional, whether it's right or wrong, whatever it is that an officer does, if anybody steps in their way, they're impeding that officer and they deserve whatever happens next. Not necessarily the shooting, but the pepper spray and the other stuff.
That's kind of loaded, AR. But I know what you're saying. You're saying
that's what I want to know too. For real.
All right. So hold on. Hold on. So are you saying that is protesting? That them going in the middle of an investigation while they are trying to arrest somebody, that it is okay for citizens to jump in the middle of that situation to stop them from doing their job?
I don't see how you're saying these women were following the police around. You saying they honking their horns and stuff? That's still a form of protest. You can't just label it impeding. It can be both. It's still a constitutional right for them to do that.
Okay, so the police pushing her down. That's fine. So when does it go from protesting to impeding? Give me an example of it. So
when it goes from you don't have that constitutional right when the police are trying to arrest, for example, let's say a suspect, and if those ladies were literally pushing the police away, saying you can't arrest them, trying to unlock the handcuffs, stuff like that, then you can get into the fact that they're impeding an investigation. Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Okay, so the only way is
that just driving around you bringing up this. They have a group chat and they're saying where the ICE is going to be. It's just bullshit. Who cares?
That's not.
It is. It doesn't matter. It's still their right.
No.
It is their right to say, "Hey, the ICE is going to be here. Let's go there."
No, hold on. This is the problem that we keep having. When I'm giving you the evidence how it built up to them having the embodiment to say, hey, get in a police officer's face while he is attempting to question somebody that they investigated, right? It's a build up to it. People don't just go outside one day and say, you know what? I'm getting a coffee and I'm going to jump in a police officer's face. That's not what's happening. It's a
That's
build
fine.
up to these people having an idea that they could just jump in front of police, in front of law enforcement. So that's what I'm building up the case. But you keep trying to pull out this one part. Oh, they follow them. That's not impeding. Okay, yes, follow them is not impeding. We
Because
can
I'm talking about what Alex did.
following them, so this is what we can understand. Following them is not impeding.
That's fine.
Once you
It's
start
honking the
putting
horn
yourself
impeding.
in the middle of the investigation, saying, "Stop doing this. What are you doing is wrong. You should need to save this person." You are getting people the opportunity to run away from ICE. You are impeding.
No, you can voice your concerns while the detainment is happening. That's not giving them opportunity to run away.
Wait, that's not what's happening when we see them.
So
literally
you're
getting,
saying that
what we are saying is that we are literally saying that you are trying to make it a one-off, that they are only talking. And
I'm
we
making
see
it a one-off
countless
because we're
videos
talking about
of
Alex,
people
which is
more
a
than
one-off.
just talking. They are blocking traffic. They are hitting them with snow. It is more than what you're trying to isolate it out to be.
We are talking about Alex, which is a one-off
to that situation.
We're talking about you because you keep on talking about all the other protesters and hey, these protesters over here did that and these protesters over here did that. And since Alex is a protester, therefore he's bundled up with everybody else and he was throwing snowballs and he was doing this and that. What other protesters did is irrelevant to what Alex Preddy was doing. So we're talking about a one-off, which is why we are.
Another question.
So Alex Preddy was not.
Did Alex Preddy put himself in harm's way?
Yes.
Okay, then. So I don't know what the fuck we arguing.
Because you're always putting yourself in harm's way when you're at a
protest. This is crazy.
Wait. I want to talk about that real quick. AR. There is a false narrative, though, I want to discuss when it comes to protests. The false narrative claim is that there's no wrong way to protest.
Right.
That is incorrect. That is what we have to address because even in the Constitution, it states peaceful and assembly. All right. Context includes mean words. The thing is, the way is not that you can't protest, right? It's where you did it and when you're doing it. Like they should be protesting, in my opinion. They should be protesting the system, or even
no, it doesn't.
They should be protesting the system itself, or at least taking it to court to some aspect. But going to the police, where they're actively working, you're going to have a conflict right there. They're actively doing something, and you know that you cannot interfere. Protest is to do what? To distract, to interfere, to cause attention. You're conflicting with their rule on their power, what they're doing. You're going against their power head on by doing such, if that makes sense. But if you go to where the system actually is, or go to court, that is where your protest will be most powerful at. And you have the advantage. If all the evidence you guys collected, you guys have the advantage to do something with that.
So hold on, and I just want to clear something up. It absolutely say peacefully. Peaceable assembly is the word peace is in there. You have to be peaceful. Like, I don't understand why we trying to, like, that's what the Constitution say.
Was Alex not peaceful?
Yeah.
Was Alex not peaceful to protest when he was out there?
No, he was not.
So, a couple things.
How was he not?
The issue with.
I was going to say, hold on, Sharon, I have a question. What define peaceful? Because I mean, from what we saw, I mean, I didn't see any violent acts, at least from the man that lost his life.
If I push you, JR, if I push you, is that peaceful?
Where was the push? I saw him intervene and insert himself in between an ICE officer.
You push a woman on the floor, JR, and I push you and say stop. Is that peaceful?
I didn't see a push. I saw him insert himself.
That's fine, but I just want
an ICE officer and a woman. So that's why I'm trying to get the definition of peaceful, because he inserted himself, and I agree with you on that. He should not have inserted himself actively in that situation. The lady could have got pushed down to the ground. He could have said whatever he wanted to do and then helped the lady back up, and then all parties could have walked off still alive. But he did insert himself. I did not see a push, but he inserted himself into a scenario.
Can you see me? Can you see me?
I see you.
All right, so if somebody said, "Hey man, what you doing?" What is that?
Inserting yourself.
Inserting yourself. I
didn't
see a push.
But it wasn't nothing violent about that though. I mean, you can sit. You can see.
We can act like you could do a push in a peaceful way all we want to, and so that he was just trying to cause some space regardless, like we could make that like, hey, listen, my kids do it all the time. I didn't hit her. I just put my hand on her. I ain't push her to the ground. I just put my hand in and then she happened to fall. We get all of the shit that people are going to say. But when you go like this and then now you try to, my hands is up. We know. Hey, listen, I'm slick too.
We can say that he put his hands up.
You don't gotta make the argument.
A push involves force. So if you push
Can we
someone,
not
that
do the
involves
semantics?
force.
Wait. We don't have to go.
It was peaceful pushing.
It was peaceful pushing. There we go. Hey, listen. When me and my wife is in a good mood, I'll peacefully push her too.
Hey,
We don't have to make the argument or claim that because force was used, there was no peace. All you have to say is the moment it was interfering. There's no such thing as peaceful interference. Peaceful interference would mean that's passive, meaning that the cops can do their job without interference. That's what peace would mean for peaceful protest. But since there is interference, it is no longer peaceful. Because how can you have a peaceful interference?
Are sit-ins peaceful?
Listen to what I just said, AR.
Are sit-ins peaceful? Are sit-ins peaceful?
No, look what I'm talking about. How is there possible to have a peaceful interference? There's no such thing.
Okay, so are sit-ins peaceful?
As they're just standing on their own, yes, they can just stand and not do nothing. They're being passive.
No, sit-ins. When you go to a business and you sit there, you don't order anything so that they can't get any business. Is that peaceful? You're interfering with the business operations.
If you're staying in the walkway, yeah.
No, if you and 100 different people
what's
go
the
into
correlation? What's the correlation?
Wait. I can still do this.
Sit-ins are a constitutional right because the way you guys are defining peaceful is not the way you guys are defining peaceful, and the strict definition of peaceful is not constitutional. That's not what's been upheld.
Peaceful is in the Constitution.
That's not what's been up. I understand that it's in the Constitution. How you guys are defining it and how everything is, it has to be like this. Otherwise, if it crosses this threshold, it's not peaceful, i.e., no interference. That is not what has been shown to be covered by the Constitution.
But what peaceful? With the Constitution itself, then where does it say we can interfere with government, official government, interference with actions? What they're doing? When does it say that we can actually do something like that and counter with the government? What they're doing?
It's not necessarily about the interference. That's always going to be like a case by case. Hey, you go to court. So I agree. Like when those situations happen, courts will be where they're kind of decided on after a grand jury.
Courts in the first place, I just said that.
But when it comes to the point is that what you're saying is, hey, where does it say in the Constitution we can interfere? It doesn't necessarily have to speak those words exactly. The point of the whole Constitution is to limit the power of the government. So for the government to then tell you what the government decides is interfering or what isn't interfering goes against the Constitution. So it can't be necessarily the government saying, hey, you guys are interfering because we said so. The government will always say you're interfering.
All right, so
it doesn't matter. If the government had its way, no matter what you did, it would be interfering on government.
But hold on. So now you got to correlate it, right? So that's the issue that y'all keep having, right? Y'all saying all these words, but y'all ain't correlating to this situation. Right, so we're in this situation that this man was being peaceful and he was just on the sidelines saying his views and saying leave that lady on while he was 10 feet away and he was just peacefully protesting. He was not involved in the situation. You have to go ahead and correlate it with that. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, did they push that woman down first, or was he in the road with the ICE officer first?
They both were in the road. They both got pushed to the sidewalk. He got pushed first, then she got pushed to the ground.
Yes, that's what I thought. And so that's what I thought originally. So they're he's in the road. That's I don't even know if he was in the middle of the road, but he was talking to the police.
Absolutely in the middle of the road,
that's fine. Traffic. Go ahead, AFR.
Hold on, hold on. Before you go.
No, because I want to tell you the truth. No, because this is what happened. Before they started filming that interaction, he was in the street trying to direct traffic before he got pepper sprayed and all that other stuff happened. So I just want to add that. Thank you.
Yeah, we know. We talk
traffic or impede traffic.
And so we got to understand, right? So this is what they're doing. We only got a very short amount of time that we actually visualize what is happening, and we trying to act like that was the only time he was there. Like he wasn't there maybe an hour. He wasn't following. He wasn't doing anything. So we only got that, but they keep adding he wasn't an agitator, even though he's literally in the street directing traffic.
That's not I don't find directing.
Well,
I don't know
Sharon,
what
I
he means
don't
by
know if
directing
directing
traffic.
traffic is
I don't know if directing.
agitating.
I don't know what he means, so I'm not going to say whether that was.
Why is he directing traffic?
I
I
would
mean,
have to
I
know
have
more.
no,
To
I have
make
no
a save.
idea.
Now we
What-
can use, okay,
To
so,
make a
It's
save.
fine. I
now,
don't want to get.
hold on,
I'm not
before
going to
we
talk
get
about
to,
you.
before we get to the super chat, now we can use our detective clues,
We're gonna
right?
go.
They
Your
have
question.
a history of blocking traffic.
No.
Literally,
He
right?
does.
So this is what
Does he have
happened with
what?
what?
I
Hold
don't
on,
care
we
if they
gotta
have
be
a history
able
of it.
to hold on, please.
I don't care.
Hold on, please. You cannot be literal and then act like none of this other stuff that happened before doesn't make any sense. That it doesn't have a progression to what is going on. Now we all of a sudden acting blind. It's a progression of things that is happening. This ain't the first time it happened exactly the same way with the woman trying to run a man over with the car. People was like, oh, she was just blowing her horn. She was trying to back into her yard. They were saying all these other shit.
I don't care.
It showed that she was there for a very long time and she was blocking traffic on a one-way street. It wasn't a two-way street.
Blocking and directing are completely
reason
different
why
things.
it's easy for us to say, hey, the same way how that lady was directing traffic is the same reason why he was directing traffic, right? Is because they followed those ICE officers.
Don't switch up
and
the
they
words.
was blocking traffic. And it is okay.
So was he blocking traffic or was he directing traffic? Completely
Damn, bro.
because they didn't detain. It's
let me answer it. You asked the question.
It was rhetorical. It was rhetorical. I don't care.
Don't ask me no rhetorical.
I don't care. Well, I just did.
Please.
I don't care. If he was blocking, directing.
Somebody clip that. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Somebody clip that. I don't care from AR, please. Somebody clip that quick little second. I don't care. That is going to be a soundbite for me. God damn it. I need that. I don't care. Somebody please clip that. I don't care for me and send it to me, please. And thank you. I appreciate y'all.
If him blocking, directing, creating, whatever you guys want to call it, traffic was that big of an issue, he would have been detained there when it was happening. I don't care if he did it 5 minutes before, 20 minutes, 3 days, whatever his historical record shows, it doesn't matter because he wasn't detained then. So we're talking about what happened and in the situation when you say he's impeding an officer's investigation because
okay, so hey, y'all, can you can we be honest? Is it okay for me to go outside, stand in the middle of the street, and then start directing traffic?
Now, if there's no reason.
Thank you. So why we act like we stupid all of a sudden?
Because it doesn't matter. Because it's not.
Hold on.
What's he being talked to?
Okay,
what's he being
talked to? Let me build on why I asked you.
Let me build on why I asked you.
Let me build on why I asked, because it just doesn't make sense for a man to be in the middle of the street directing traffic, bro.
That's fine. We're not talking about that. That's fine. He can have done that. He wasn't detained when he did it. So stop fucking bringing it up.
Okay, so now we can. Again, slow down. Again,
get emotional.
Hold on, there's a progression to what happened. That's why it's being brought up, and you keep trying to negate that it is a progression to what happened. Hey, I pulled him over, and then we gonna act like the man. I said, "Well, fuck you, get out my face. I ain't gonna do it." And then he got his window broke. We say, "Well, why? All he did was sit in the car." No, it was a progression to it. Things happened to where this escalated to where it was at.
Have you seen
that? Hold on.
That's fine. You're right. You're right.
We got hold on, please. We got to stop acting as if that man directing traffic has nothing to do with this situation. He put himself in. He involved himself in the situation. You already agreed. Last thing. He put himself in harm's way. So now we cannot take the fact that he put himself in harm's way out of it.
Yeah, me saying that does not give you a dub in any way, shape, or form. Anytime you protest against the government, you're putting yourself in harm's way because the government is liable.
Around in circles, Sharon. He's going around in circles. I don't know why you keep arguing with him.
I'm gonna finish.
He keeps going around in circles.
If he was quote unquote directing traffic, as in blocking traffic or trying to get ICE agents to go one way and not the other, I will 100% concede that he was impeding on their investigation or impeding on their federal duties, whatever you would want to call it. 100% agree with that. However, if ICE agents or if traffic is just bottled up in that area because of stuff happening, and he's directing traffic as in, hey, it's all stuffed up, there's a fucking traffic jam, he's just directing traffic, that's how to help with the flow of traffic because the agents there are not doing it and the police officers are not doing it, then no, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'll give another example of the Black Panthers. They went to the city council, told them, hey, you guys need to put a light here. the city council didn't do it. A kid or 2 kids ended up getting hit by cars, and they went out there and directed traffic. Should they have been doing that? Yes, they should have, in my eyes, because that is what you should do in the community. So if there is a traffic jam there, not exactly the same thing, but if there was a traffic jam there was issues because the operation's happening, and he was doing nothing to impede the investigation.
We get it.
It's fine. If he was doing nothing to impede the investigation, but he was just directing traffic, then I will not concede that he was
right.
That's,
you think
Okay,
that's
hold
fine.
Hold on. So let me ask somebody that has some that is so JR Boxing. Do you believe that man was directing traffic because that block had a so-called bottleneck because they don't have a traffic light there?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You literally just said that.
No, I said because of the if ICE is what they're doing is causing a bottleneck there, and none of the ICE agents and none of the local PD is directing traffic, and he stepped out to direct traffic, I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, if he's doing it in a way to keep ICE away from where they're trying to go, then yes, I will 100% concede that he is impeding on the investigation. But if he's not doing it with that in purpose or intent, he's not trying to impede.
I saw them pushing him out the street.
All right, so again,
that's what.
So again, right? Because you add in that if they were blocking traffic because they was doing an investigation. I ain't never in my life seen police pull somebody over and then citizens is out there in the street directing traffic. That does not happen in America. We cannot act like this is something that happens, bro.
You would have to. You can't say that the mayor and the governor directed local PD to
say what I'm saying. Hold on, let me finish saying what I'm saying. And then once the officer get out and say, "Hey, ma'am, you in whatever is going on between them," and he pushes a lady on the floor, then now this deputized traffic cop, he jumps in the middle of that.
And he pushes forward. They had to push him back.
Did you say that he was taller than all of the governor and mayor? Did you say that the governor and mayor told the local PD to not assist ICE?
Did I say that? No.
Yes, you did say that.
Somebody else talk, man. This guy.
What I said was that Tim Walsh should have helped ICE and put somebody and get the local PD to help ICE, so this way they are to ensure that they are doing a job properly. Is what I said.
Oh, that's not what you said, because you said the reason that they're doing these things is because the governor and the mayor told them not to assist the federal agents. But that's fine. Let's say they did. Let's say you didn't say that and they didn't say that. Let's just say they didn't tell local PD to help them and they just told whatever. Local PD is not helping ICE agents. Well, ICE agents are doing their thing and they're not directing traffic while they're doing their thing, so everybody's getting backed up.
Oh,
local PD is not going to help, correct?
The citizen having a reason to do it. Jesus Christ, it's a circle, Sharon.
It is. And did you see? Did you
hold on? So hold on, but you're not saying anything factual. You're just saying things that is possible, and okay, that is fine. It's possible, but that's just not what
you
happened.
said. You said he was blocking traffic.
The reason why we know that's not happening is if we know that people are selling drugs on this corner and they do a certain thing, and then now you got rid of this person, and then now a new person comes and do the same exact thing as he's doing. You'll say, well, we don't know for a fact that he's selling drugs.
You said he was blocking traffic, correct?
Forget it. This is crazy. All right, you know what? If it needs to be that literal that we don't have no intuition about what is actually happening, and then we're gonna try to make it seem like as if this man was just happened to be walking down the street, getting a coffee, and then he decided, let me go ahead and help out the civilians out here because traffic is bottled up. If we're going to act as that was the case, and then there's no need for me to have this conversation because it's just a bullshit-ass argument.
We don't have to
really
act like that's the case. We can say that he went there to protest. It has nothing to do with coffee. He could have got chili. He went there to protest and he had chili in his arms. He was still there to protest. He's honking his horn and all that stuff. And the traffic jam can still have happened. He still could have stepped in to mitigate that.
Okay, but again, hold on. What I'm saying again, hold on. What you're talking about is possibilities. And fine, if the conversation is about a possibility,
you're talking about him blocking traffic. You said he blocked traffic.
I'm not. I'm talking about something that
did AFR say he was directing or blocking traffic?
I am communicating something that's been happening in that city for a period of time. And you are arguing a possibility. That is the difference. Like I have clues to go ahead and give me an assessment of what I am seeing and what I'm saying. You are just saying the possibilities of this possibly happening, that this man was walking to get chili or coffee, or maybe he worked around the corner.
No, you said that.
All these possibilities, that is possible. We get it. But I'm going by the detective clues of what's been happening in this city and make an assessment off of that. And we are not having the same conversation. You are having a disingenuous conversation when you're trying to add in chili and coffee and traffic
in the
and being a traffic and being a traffic and being a deputized traffic cop because he's seen a bottle. Hold on, because he's seen a bottleneck in the street and he just wanted to be a servant citizen to his community. It's just not a real conversation.
Did AFR?
Hold on, please.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. Go ahead, PhD. If you there.
I'm here. Bubba homeschool $5. Sharon, have you noticed that when you start to tell the truth, even a little, these fools start calling you a Trump supporter and worse?
It is weird to see, especially when I've been so publicly against Trump, to hear people say that now I'm doing something that I'm not doing. It is a weird thing to actually see and hear. We talked about that, Sharon. It's crazy.
The ghetto stoic, $5. Well, maybe if society were more robotic as Sharon sees a stoic, it would have still been a better approach than these people interrupting the ICE agent. America first. Rifleman, $5. Them saltines that got smoked was thugs. Comply and live.
Goddamn. Oh man.
Damn.
That was harsh. Hey,
can you tell us what you
hold on, y'all. I know JR is gonna ask a legit question or a legit statement without stirring up some shit before we get back into the shit. Go ahead, we got JR. We got 6'5" Mitt. He just joined us, so we're gonna go JR 6'5" Mitt, and then we get back to having it open. Go ahead.
Look, obviously the situation that occurred, terrible situation all around. What like gets to me the most is how the administration came out and how they painted, the man to be, and how they try to direct the narrative to fit what they're trying to project to the country. So, with the DHS Secretary Kristi Noem getting up there and putting together her statement and then answering questions from reporters and using specific words to, trigger conversations, across the country. And then you get, I believe his name is Greg Bovino, right?
Yes.
Him coming right after her and speaking and saying that, they knew for a fact that he was showing up to this protest to, take down ICE agents. That's never good. And we can see the direction that they're trying to paint the picture or how the narrative that they're trying to paint the picture with. And to me, that's just the most distasteful thing. Nothing we could do about bringing this man back, from the dead. He gone. But the situation of how the administration then went out and projected to the country, that's terribly distasteful, man. And they both need to lose their jobs. I know he got removed from Minnesota. No, you need to be fired. Kristi Noem needs to be fired completely.
Now that is a great take. Go ahead, AFR. Then we got Udo on go.
Hey, what's up, Sharon? Salute to the panel, except one person, but I'm not going to say their name. So two things.
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to get into that.
Are you talking about MO?
It's cool.
Man,
AR.
I'm not. Yeah, we
cool.
good.
AR.
He
identifies as a woman. That's all.
Man, just stop, bro. Please. Thank you.
PhD?
Man, just stop, bro. Just let me talk, man. Okay, so number one, Greg Bovino is the hero. He's an American hero. He's doing what he signed up to do. He's doing what I voted for him to do, and the president to make him do. So, unless he blatantly breaks the law, I'm still going to support him and the ICE agents. Now, speaking to what the last brother said, yes, it's very regrettable after these incidents that they come straight out and just start making determinations of domestic terrorism, even though arguably you can say they're engaging in domestic terrorism, but It's an investigation that needs to happen. So it is very bad PR and bad strategy for them to come out right after these incidents happen and just declare the agent acted correctly and the other person was at fault. So that's bad. I don't agree with that at all. Another thing, a lot of people keep talking about Second Amendment and protesting. Okay, I can show you pictures where me as a black man has successfully protested in 3 states with fucking rifles on me, strapped up, walking around the Capitol buildings and all that. Never had one problem with one law enforcement official. You know why? Because if they told me, hey, don't go here, don't do this, hey, stop, blah, 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 I was like, yes, officer, no officer, whatever. Or people just complied with what they said. So if they said you're getting too close, you don't get too close. Just like Mr. I want to save the illegals, and Mrs. I want to save the illegals, may they burn in hell. Literally they were obstructing federal law enforcement, whether it's blocking roads, whether it's physically confronting them with armed or not. You're not supposed to do that. So he didn't get killed because he had his gun, or he didn't get killed because he was protesting. He got killed because he inserted himself in a situation that had nothing to do with him, and he could have just went there, filmed, documented like you're supposed to, and stayed out of those officers' way. He'd be fine. But he wanted to be Captain Save a hoe and an illegal, and that's what happened. That's the price of pay. I'm not saying he deserved to die, but what I'm saying is, well, I mean, because I don't like him. Fuck him. I don't care if he worked for the VA. It's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But I know, but guess what? Guess what? You're never going to find me getting killed by a law enforcement officer. You know why? Because I have discernment and I'm not stupid and looking for trouble. So that's all I'm going to say is, like, those people had it coming. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish my statement, and then you can go say whatever you want to say.
Talking shit about the VA nurse.
Okay, just stop. Just stop. Just shut up.
I don't care.
So, just shut up.
What if I don't, though?
Just shut up.
You should cut your mouth.
Hold on, but it's just not good for the show when we just interrupt people. Go ahead,
hey, you know what's good for the show?
Yeah, let me finish. Just let me fucking finish, bro. I'm almost done.
I don't care if you're almost. You told him to burn in hell. He over here helping veterans. You talking about burning hell?
Anyway, like I said,
it's not anyway.
That is kind of crazy though, but
no, like I don't care. That's my opinion. That's fine. That's fine. I work for the VA. I work for the VA too. So you're not special. You're not special. You're not special working for the VA. That doesn't elevate you past anybody.
All right, let me just set it up. So, go ahead, AFR, finish up your statement. Go ahead.
All right. So,
the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see it.
Goddamn.
I knew it was coming.
What you mean?
I knew it.
Go ahead, Diva.
A random independent, $20. AFR, buy.
Shit.
Shout out to AR, man.
Go ahead, Uda, it's on you. You got to follow that up, Uda. I'm sorry.
I had a thought, but I done lost my thought in the training. I done lost my thought training. I should back work.
Yeah, AR putting some straightening to the goddamn to the panel. AR putting some straightening to us, goddamn it.
God damn, bro.
Goddamn Honda.
I don't know.
They
claim Bovino is a hero. You know, I don't know. That's what they say. You know, ain't no real evidence of him going against black people like that. But I know a lot of things that they do question about him is they call it I think turn and burn. Like the way he approaches, like the way they do their raids and they come through and they break certain civil liberties that some people may talk about. But
hold on, AR, you mad at me? How you gonna be mad at me, AR? I mean, AFR.
I'll say it.
AFR, how you gonna be mad at me? This is, I don't understand how people be so mad at me for having what up, A-Dub? I'm just being honest about what is going on and how the show is ran. Like, I don't know why AFR mad at me.
He's mad at you because you're the host and he knows you're not going to really take shots like that. Like, you're just here more so to moderate and help the show go along. That's why he don't really be taking shots at people that fight back. The host is not really going to fight back. That's not their job. He's a bitch. That's what it is. That's all it is. Nigga talking shit about a dude that lost his life that supports veterans and he's supposedly a veteran or a fucking fake veteran. I don't know which it is.
Oh, shit.
You nigga, you a bitch. Like, why the fuck are you talking about someone should burn in hell that presided over a veteran passing away? Like, there's video of that, and you talking about the dude's a bitch, and he ain't do nothing. Like, he's not out here fucking shooting people up or anything. Like, fuck out of here.
Goddamn.
So, Oda, what you want to bring to this table real quick before I go in with AR?
Go ahead. I'm gonna follow. You get
and just so everybody know, Marvel's
Wow,
opinion
that's
do
crazy.
have a credit. So this way, everybody know, Marvel's opinion do have a credit.
I don't know what he got with AR. I don't know what's going on, bro.
Hey, listen, Marvel's got one in the chamber. That's why I'm just letting people know.
Bro. I'm out
I
the
don't
way,
choose
bro.
violence.
Crazy.
I ain't impeding, bro. I ain't impeding. I ain't obstructing, bro.
Too much.
I ain't
You
impeding.
got 20 in the
Let me
chamber.
show you the
It's
difference. Look,
crazy.
this is about not impeding. Look, I'm backing up, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Damn.
Y'all know I
Not
don't shoot
impeded.
nobody out there. I usually don't.
Hey,
do
so
nobody else
I
here.
got a question. Hey, PH Diva, I got a question for you. Me having a stance on I think that these people are impeding. When I'm seeing the information in front of me, I'm just assessing it how I see it personally. Do you think that is me supporting Donald Trump?
No, I don't think it's you supporting Donald Trump.
Why do you think people in the chat are trying to make it seem as if I am supporting Donald Trump, even though I'm very specific about what I'm saying?
You attract all the retards, so retards go retard.
Because I think it's just very weird, and I think what else is weird is that people allow people to just lie on me. Like when somebody's telling the truth about their opinion, all of a sudden, just because you disagree with me, now you could lie on that person. Now all of a sudden, Sharon is MAGA. That's crazy. How is this possible?
That's called black fatigue.
Well, I was
think
going to
it's
say
your overall
PhD,
support.
I'm going to get PhD's opinion on this. I know she's not really into the conversation like that. She's listening, but she's not really inputting like that. But one thing I want to ask her is, what does she think about the narrative?
Why you trying to give her a headache for?
No, it's just a good question.
Y'all annoying as hell with this conversation. You could
She's
tell she
smart.
already
That's
getting
all
a
I'm
headache. I ain't say she wasn't. Don't do that.
I'm saying, you say why? Ask her. I'm saying because she's smart.
That was a joke. Go ahead though.
All I'm saying was that the narrative that there's no wrong way to protest. Do you believe in that?
I like that question.
No, I think there is a wrong way to protest.
Thank you, Miss Diva. That's all I wanted to know.
Yo,
So
Marvelous.
Again, you are.
Marvelous. Wait. Somebody said that there's no wrong way to protest up here. Somebody said that.
No, that is a narrative. A lot of people who
Yeah, you know it's crazy to me that the fact that I even allow y'all to say the shit that y'all say, y'all be disrespectful is crazy to me. I ain't gonna front. I think that maybe I should have an echo chamber at times. I ain't gonna lie. What you think, Diva? Should I start an echo chamber?
Wait, I ain't say nothing, Bracy. What you talking about?
I know you didn't.
Are you talking about the chat? Oh, damn.
Yo,
I don't look at that shit.
Because the amount of motherfuckers that would talk shit and then they would go ahead and support some bullshit is wild to me.
Anytime these protests go left, people will defend them and say that there's nothing wrong. You can do this, you can do that, you can do this. Like there's no
they're
limit.
terrorists. Because they're terrorists, bro.
Well, I wouldn't say that because that's too blanket, but I understand your sentiment.
They are terrorizing people. They are terrorizing a bird. They're terrorizing ICE, because they think
I get it. I know what you're saying.
They think it's inhumane to grab up people that don't belong here, that are zapping the resources. Then later on, they're gonna be like, but we still want our reparations, but you're gonna let mad legal immigrants come in and all they're gonna do is shiesty shit. Did you hear about what happened? Peep this. Y'all hear about what happened to the Housewives of Potomac woman?
No.
Her and her husband, they Nigerians, right? They came out here trying to commit $425K in fraud. You see what I'm saying? They these people people really think that these people be coming here like, yo, I'm gonna do everything right. No, they come here and go, America is easy to plot on, easy to scam, easy to run all different type of welfare scams, housing scams. They committed insurance fraud. They basically left to Jamaica, said that somebody broke into their house, and that shit never happened. Purported all these items as being stolen, and then the police go into their records and find out that they actually returned those items years ago. So they were stupid and got caught because you know why they were stupid? Because they were doing that shit in their country. And that's what people do in all these other countries. They fraud, they schemed, and they come here and they zap so much money from us. And then again, people gonna be like, yo, but where are reparations? Yo, get people the fuck out the country that don't belong here. But y'all don't want to listen though. Y'all want to fight against us. Y'all want to fight ICE. Y'all want to fight everybody else. But I said again, kids getting shot in y'all neighborhoods. I hear Detroit coming up here saying, my people. Why you not there? That should be your main focus. Instead, you over here arguing for some people and I saw the video. I saw bro walking to the street, walking up on the cop, well, ICE, which I just call him a cop. All right. The cop got to put his hand on him and push him back. And I'm like, why is this happening? That's what I'm looking at this shit. Like, why is this happening? But this is what y'all want to do. I don't know, man. It's weird, bro. Them people be taken from us, bro. And they go give it back to their country and y'all fighting for them. That don't make sense.
Yeah, it is weird. It is definitely weird to me. AR, so you believe that I'm a MAGA supporter now, AR?
No.
No, okay.
Bro, she was on a show and still committed fraud. Like, yo, do you understand? Like, that just like, yo, I'm not trying to say all of them are like that, but come on, man. Like, proof being a put it like she had bread. They be paying them good ass money and she still committed fraud in 2024, bro. Because that's their MO. And
I don't think people actually even understand what they're saying. I think people just say shit, right? They say I'm sound. Do you think I sound like I'm MAGA, AR? I think he has the most interactions with them, to be honest, right out of all of us here. He probably, because he literally go to their places and he have disagreements with them and he get a chance to argue with them. They kick him off probably, but but he do attempt to go and actually speak to these people. Do I sound like them?
No, I mean, no, I wouldn't say so. It's just I think when you're talking about the immigration stuff, I think you do sound like them when you say something like, well, even if 10% of the population is having their constitutional rights violated, it doesn't matter. That's when you start sounding like a maggot or even a quote unquote.
Is that what you said, though,
the
Sharon?
same thing, just on the other side of the coin. Yes, you did say that. Yes,
okay.
Yes, you did, bro. Do you not remember what you be saying? You getting old. You getting old. You said if you look at the statistics, it's not even 1%. And even if it was 1%, even if it was 10%, that's not enough to say that it's a constitutional right being violated. That's what you said.
That's what I said.
So
it's not enough of an argument that one person getting hurt.
Yeah, 1% ain't nothing, man. That's really the truth. I agree with you too.
Okay, well, you asked what you went if you sound like.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that we know that no police situation is going to be 100% correct.
Right.
It acting like it is.
It's not about it being 100% correct for one. Two,
it's about being wrong. So it's a morality thing.
It's about the
It's about morality, ain't it?
Addressing the grievances and what is it, redress or whatever it would be. The when it is violated, what is the?
But the problem is
people get paid. No, if your rights get violated right now, if somebody pull you over illegally and they detain you and they do a bunch of things illegally and you go through the process, you're gonna get paid, brother. You should hope it happens.
Not really. One is very difficult.
You're not smart enough, but I promise you, if it happened to me,
good luck that happening against a federal agent.
All right, okay, so hold on. So, y'all, right now, are we talking about somebody that got their constitutional rights infringed on?
Alex?
Yes.
Yeah.
What constitutional right
they executed him? He had no due process.
He had no due process. You're funny, bro.
Is due process a constitutional right? Is due process a constitutional right?
Yo, bro, you know what? Never mind. Go ahead, Sherrod.
Is due process a constitutional right? Are you going to answer the question? Or are you going to? Yeah.
He wasn't arrested.
You don't have to be arrested to start the due process proceedings or to start due process. It's a whole process. Arrest does not mean he was detained. Correct? He was detained. Correct?
That's where it begins at. So the problem is
okay. So it's a simple question: is due process a constitutional right?
Yes, yes, it's a part of is in there.
Okay, so did he do something that deserved to get executed?
Oh my God, no. Circles.
Where the cops have a reason to fear for their life? In your view,
no.
Okay, so then yes, he had his constitutional rights violated.
Okay, so now did he do something to be detained?
I would argue yes.
Okay, so therefore he had due process. Him being
No, he
shot
didn't.
and executed is a whole nother thing that I
No, that's part of
already
due.
hold on, please, because I answered your questions. I already told you that I agree that he was executed in the street, and that was 100% wrong. That officer, those agents that shot him, they need to go to jail. So this is what
we're in agreement.
So now the due process part is he involved himself.
Sharon.
It's okay.
We know you don't.
Right. So he
You're
involved himself, and that's why he was being detained. So they drug him down to the ground because he impeded on a situation by physically put his body in there.
I agree.
And that's why he was being detained. When it goes past the detainment and they start shooting, that's a whole different conversation.
But Sharon, if I can speak to that,
Hold
I'm
on,
sorry,
hold on.
because
Hold
he's
on.
trying to jump in every time. So I'm
right. And I want to understand how is that not different, because that is that cop that did that. It was bad judgment on that cop.
It can be bad judgment on a cop, and it can still be a violation of his due process. If a cop kills you, and so you can no longer go through the proceedings of due process through the courts, the cop is acting as an agent of the government. Therefore, and the due process is to protect you in what situation? Against the government. The agent is acting as the agent is an agent of the government. They're acting on behalf of the government. And the Constitution is there to protect you against the government. Due process includes not just detainment, but all the way up to sentencing, correct? So if an agent of the government prevents you from getting to sentencing, they have then interfered on your, say it with me, due process right.
Okay,
correct?
So
I don't agree with that, but
Yeah,
I
me either.
understand that
Due process is not just detainment. What do you think due process means? Because
thought
all right,
you
maybe
landed.
I'm wrong. I think
I
due
thought you
process. I did, and then he responded. Nobody's talking to you.
Nobody's.
Due process
But this
in my
ain't just
eyes
your
would
show,
be,
though,
hey, I
man.
get
That's
pulled
what's
over.
crazy.
I get pulled
It's
over.
not just
Nah, he
your
runs
show.
the show. He runs the show.
I do run the show.
He doesn't. Sharon run it, but like he just need to relax.
Sharon,
like,
what is
Sharon,
what do you
this
think
this
is encompassed
okay.
in due process?
No, it's cool. He got a love affair with Sharon. He just want to talk to Sharon all day. Let's
I
let him
do.
have it.
I got him his first umbrella, and I gave him a ride in my Accord. He sat passenger.
Y'all are insane.
Left hand on the steering wheel. Y'all know the rest.
Yo, who the day insane?
That is crazy, bro.
I don't got no damn umbrella.
I got him an umbrella, man. Don't let him lie to y'all.
But yeah, so yeah, I just don't agree with what you're saying about Homeboy. I think they definitely execute him. I think that is a whole different scenario, in my opinion. I don't believe that they are just going around deleting people executioner style in the street in mass. I think this person, this cop, he was bloodthirsty. He's wrong, and they need to study that tape, and that man need to go to jail.
I disagree with that, Sharon. And I watched the video a few times while I was kicked. The thing is that multiple officers got on top of him, and the officer that pulled the gun away was the one furthest to the back. So while everybody was on top of him, and again, RIP to this man. I don't think he should have got shot or anything like that. But this is what I mean when you put yourself in these situations where this can happen, because the other officers didn't even see the guy, the officer take the gun from him. And then I don't know, one of the guns go off. And then that officer who probably was like he saw the gun on him, thought that he shot the gun and started shooting. So it's so hard to gauge these situations without being biased, because in that scenario, can you really say he needs to go to jail if he saw the gun and then he didn't see the action of the gun being taken away?
Can I speak on that, Sharon?
Yeah.
All right. Mind you, the reason why I was mad is not because I got kicked off or whatever. Is because I was trying to finish my statement before I got kicked off, and you just let this dude just talk all over the place instead of telling him to shut up so I could finish real quick. Because Sharon, I have made a concerted effort. Hold on, I've made a concerted effort. Sharon, shut the fuck up, dude. Let me talk to Sharon for 5 fucking seconds, bitch.
My bad.
Anyway,
my bad, man.
I'm trying to actually turn over a new leaf, Sharon. Because how I used to be before, how I used to.
Dear God.
Slap the taste out of your mouth. I'd like to see you try it.
God damn.
I saw it coming a mile away.
That's hilarious.
Yikes.
A random independent 20 ball. No AFR. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
ADub 99,769. Why you got all them numbers in your name? $2. Support for your show.
Salute. I'm not sure that was on AFR side or Uda side, but
He
shout
couldn't
out.
even get a chance, bro. Ned
Cancel the
Flanders, you got yo
immediately.
son, yo Ned Flanders, come back, Ned. Yo,
Hey,
what's
listen,
going on?
so all the people that look, there's a bunch of people out there. We got 130. Bring Ned Flanders back as $20 to
Ned
bring him back.
Flanders.
Ned
That's the
Flanders.
dark skinned Ned Flanders. I don't do
Y'all
that.
are crazy.
Ned, come
That's
back,
Hey,
Ned.
yo, that's wild.
crazy.
Ned
Damn.
Flanders is
Yo,
wild,
what
bro.
would you say?
I know I'm a comedian, man. Y'all just chill, man. Ain't in person.
Hey yo,
Uda, you
hey,
said
yo, but
all
what
he
you think
need is
about
the
that though,
glasses,
Bracy?
bro.
What y'all think about that though? The fact
Yeah.
that the officer that was shooting saw the gun on him and then
Mm.
didn't see the gun get disarmed. He didn't see that part.
Yeah, I think that is BS. That officer had no reason to pull
Mm.
this weapon
Right.
because there's about 6 agents on him.
Can we
It
play
was
this
no
clip?
way that man hands was on the floor, his knees was on the ground. It was no way that man was
A
going to
gun
get
went
to his
off though,
place.
Bracy. A
Right,
gun
but it
went
went
off.
off. Even if it went off in the cop's hand. Whoever gun went off, it was in a cop's hand. So even
But
if it was the
Bracy,
one that was taken off
okay,
his hip and that
right.
one accidentally went off for whatever reason, because some of these guns is just hair triggered like that. Even if his gun did go off, it was still in a cop hand when it went off. So no matter how we slice it, a cop, the firing happened in a cop's hand. That's the issue.
Yeah. No, like again, I think that I think that the officers are at fault.
I can't stand Diva. Don't be laughing at me, Diva. You see me out here fighting for my life, Diva.
Hilarious. No, it's like it's hard to gauge because you right. The officers, it does seem like they at fault. But on the other hand, it's like, damn, if I'm holding down a guy that I think got a gun, another officer, it's 7 of us, another officer disarm him, but I ain't see it. Then that dumbass officer makes that gun go off. And now I think it's the guy. So I start shooting the guy. But that is damn. That's why I could never, that's why I don't want to be a cop. Because that's crazy.
I mean, that is tough, but we have to also get some evidence that homeboy gun went off. Who gun went off first? That's the real situation.
I got a clip that from a different angle if you want to watch it.
It looked like to me that the cop's gun went off first. I don't think the
hold on, I put it.
So
The guy was trying to the cop who disarmed it was trying to like I guess cock it back and it popped. Then it banged. Then it start. Watch. I got it's a clip that showed a perfect angle. Hold on, I got it in my history.
So I'm actually with Lee partly.
He tried to cartridge the shell. He tried to take out the shell out the slot.
Right, and it popped, and then it started busting at him.
That's why you're supposed to take one out. You're supposed to take the mag out before you do that goofy shit. But
you know how they do in the movie? They pull out
this.
They chamber the dechamber the top shot.
Yeah, the dechamber.
Yeah.
To Lee's point, I think that if it was just that one shot after, because I think the shot went off, then there was a shot from an officer that shot him, but there was a pause, I would say between like a 2 and 3 second pause. And then the other officer, after you're seeing him lay there, not moving at all, unloaded another 5 shots into him. I think that's my point. Is I'm with, I think, Lee part of the way there. If that first gunshot goes off and some cop thinks that, it's him shooting, I could maybe see an argument and I would be more lenient because I do agree, like you guys, they're in the line of fire, all that good stuff. One shot, and then you guys assess the situation. But you fire that shot and you assess the situation, and then you shoot 5 times after that, and the dude's laying there on his back or where however he's laying, stiff, stiff, not moving at all, and you unload 5 times into him. No, that's execution.
Yeah,
it went from a potential accidental shooting or a negligent shooting to in my eyes, a actual execution. I don't use the word lightly. I think that he was basically executed.
And I want to see if anybody, because I see people saying that, who's y'all? Put a name on y'all. Because listen, all y'all people that be in the chat, y'all gonna have to start hitting the panel and substantiate your argument, because y'all just be saying shit.
Especially you, Robin, because you looking like a little light-skinned thing down there. Stop playing and bring your ass up here. I got something to say to your ass anyway. What's up?
That is not a woman.
I'm light-skinned.
I take that back.
No, that was crazy.
None of them running unless they at least PhD
That was funny as hell.
I ain't saying no shots.
At least we PhD of a voice. Do not believe none of that picture
I be
shit
seeing
you
Rob
see
Dog.
down there.
Yeah. No, shout
Robin
out
be
to Lee,
busting
man.
shots in that chat.
I agree with Lee to a certain point. It is logical to believe that the officer sees a holster that's empty on the back of, on his back, and could make the quick assumption, okay, does he have a weapon in his hand from where
Damn,
he's
that's even
positioned?
smarter, right?
Now, to me, it's still gross negligence on the ICE officer's part to then put fellow officers in harm's way, even though you're shooting at point blank, bullets still ricochet, things like that. So you're still putting several people in harm's way. So to me, I think it's just extreme gross negligence on that ICE officer and the other ICE officer that then pulled his weapon to then fire a number of rounds at a man that's laying on the ground. I don't understand that part. And to me, it goes back to training, right? I looked it up. Me and my wife was talking about this last night. I looked it up and I was like, man, prior to the end of 2025, when they kind of changed the training path for these ICE agents, I was like, how long was the training before? It was 189 days, y'all. It's roughly like 6.5 months of training. It's now dwindled down, they're saying somewhere between 47 to 48 days.
Sometimes some people in there a few weeks, some ERO, couple of weeks they're getting through, bro.
Hey, listen, hey, look, I'm about to. Hey, listen, Jay, I'm about to sign up. I heard they giving out 50 bands on the signing bonus.
50 band signing bonus. Look, they're clearing out your debt, your school debt, and $200K a year. But to me, that's crazy. You cut 141. Let's just go with the latter. Let's say it's 48 days of training
right now, Diva.
You cut 141 days of training in AR. Anybody that's worked in a government job, they'll throw you some computer-based training real quick. Hey man, you take these CBTs and you've been trained.
You'll be there for about a week.
You take
After
the
that, you're good.
CBTs and you train. So to me,
I
that's
hear you,
crazy.
JR. That is
I agree
crazy,
with you,
but
Lee.
no, and I hear you. I agree with you too. The thing is this though, what do you do? Right? Because you got to look at it from both sides. I love looking at it from the other side. What do you do when people just aren't applying? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? Like, mad people are not wanting to become police officers or any type of agent of any of that shit, bro. So, like, I think what's happening is the incentives have to go up, and they're starting to drop, like you said, from 6 months to what you said, 48 hours or some bullshit.
It's 48 days. It's 48 days. It went from 189 days to 48 days.
Right.
Like, that's crazy.
it's just not that many people becoming police officers, man. A lot of that job is quickly becoming like one of the jobs that's, I don't want to say declining. That sounds kind of crazy, but is bro. I mean, all those jobs, bro. Like right now, Atlanta has a crisis going on in the correction facility because they got only so many women working there that they getting bribed and getting attacked, and the jail is absolutely trash because they don't even have enough correction officers. So it's just a problem in our country of people not wanting to join law enforcement, and that's why I'd be like, damn, that's why I really don't be liking the protest stuff, and I really go against it, and I call people terrorists and anti-American because that rhetoric is what makes people go, I don't want to be a police officer. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And it hurts us in the long run because, without the boys around, all right, everybody, I'm telling, without the boys around, I would love to see all the talking that we see now, all the tough guy stuff. It'd be anarchy, but, we let it rock, whatever.
And can I just address one other thing? Usually I don't look at the chat, but somebody in the chat said, did the officer that actually shot, was he an 8-year veteran of the ICE agency or whatever like that, DHS? Early, they are saying, there are early reports saying that. But to me still, even if you train initially, right? So I would then question, what's the reoccurring training window looking like? Because I know when I served, like you do certain trainings, but then you have a reoccurring training that happens. So now I have to even question, I have to question that. Because if you've dwindled something down to 141 days, you dwindle it down, Now I have to question how often are the seasoned ICE agents receiving reoccurring training? Because to me, Sharon, I know you're in construction, right?
Mhm.
If if there was a project that took 4 months to build, and they like, yep, we got it done in 20 days, you would be like, what? Like that's crazy to me.
Nah, you
Like
can't use that analogy though. That's not a
what
that's
corners? To me, I asked the question, Lee, what corners are being cut to move something from 189 days to 141 to drop it
and
141 days? What
no,
corners
I
are
hear
being
you.
cut,
And
Lee?
yo, I'm saying I think it's just time, brother, and a lack of people wanting. Yo, if anything, you could say that that's our fault. You could say that that's every man out here that want to be that understand that protection and security is necessary, and they're not signing up for the job. That's what I'm basically saying.
I mean, it
Let
just
me,
seems like
can I put
you
in,
look at
let
both
me put in
sides,
my
but then you always
Let me
land on one
let me just
side.
read. Let me read my
Nah, I don't think
Grifton super chat because now I'm grifter now. So it's crazy to me.
Wow.
Fuck y'all. By the way, anybody that say I'm a grifter, fuck y'all.
That's right. Fuck you. O2 Network, $5. Agent was negligent due to the fact that he did not inform fellow officers when he unarmed him. That's not protocol. Pure negligence.
Absolutely.
That's a good. Yup.
That's a good point.
AR, you should have never said what you said about that man, bro. Like that was crazy.
Ooh.
You should have.
What AR said?
AFR. Damn, forgot it.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
AFR. Who, Ned,
Too many
Flanders,
AR.
Ned Flanders.
Yeah, AFR, you tripping for that, bro. He
I'm
ain't like
tripping?
we don't gotta be no AFR, bro.
AFR.
You know
Oh,
what he
my bad,
said.
my
You
bad,
started
my
calling him. You started calling him all out his name. Like, bro, you can't be. Come on, man. Like it's all unfortunate, man. That's my. I think that's what we need to stand on the side of. It's all unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate for the officer. Go ahead, PhD.
Tatum. I'm sorry, they calling you the new Officer Tatum in the chat. Lee. How do you feel about it?
Damn, I don't be looking at the chat, but
Wow.
hey,
Crazy.
That's
Come
wild.
on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, I ain't mad
That's
at it.
crazy.
Hey, listen. Yeah, hey, y'all really think I'd be mad about this stuff? I really don't. It actually is pretty
Let
funny.
me drop this 2 cents on his head right quick. Hey, let me drop this 2 cents real quick. I'm gonna slide. Hey, when it comes to them like ICE agents and stuff like that, I know them days got shorter. They're probably trying to attract more people. And I know within the government, like the military, you got to understand, only like 8 weeks. Yeah, 8 weeks here at Great Lakes. Yeah, that's all we did. But however, when you leave that training, when you get to your job, you have to do more additional training. They call it AIT and stuff like that for Army and all that. They know. So the training don't stop. I know those days seem smaller, but the government has always hit away. Like they'll do like a bonus for certain fields that are not being filled. If they don't do that, they can't do it for like they have to do that for police officers and also like ICE agents. You have to give a bigger incentive to attract better people, and they for some reason they don't want to do that. So the numbers are dying down at this point in time, and this is what we're seeing. You're gonna see this low level type of people getting into the industry, and that's what's it's kind of messing. It's untrained people. And it's always been about. But I'm gonna slide. Go ahead.
Hey, yo, 2 cents. Let me ask you this: when you
Yes,
say
sir.
incentives, do you mean like if they was paying officers more men would become police officers? Because it's nationwide that there's a shortage in police officers, correction officers, and everything in law enforcement.
Yeah. That's normally how it works. Yeah, they did that. Like just say in the military, say they don't have enough infantry, or they will activate a bonus for if you signed up for that particular job, you get an additional $4,000, whatever the amount they put on it.
Right.
So but you do have to do enough time. So if they did that at this point in time, they can't say they ain't got the money. So that's basically how they do it.
So right now in Miami. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Respect the money.
I call it. Go ahead.
All right. Freedom, $5 for the Grift Fund.
Go ahead, Lee.
You are catching it today.
Yeah, man, that's what happens, man, when you go against the grain. But yeah, right now in Miami, they got a $7,000 bonus, right, for you to
Right.
become a police officer. So I think the incentives are there. I just think it's like I said, like a lot of men just don't feel like they want to participate in law enforcement.
7,000 might not be the magic number. Hey, but hey, let me say this.
Come
Hey,
on.
Sharon,
Hey,
let me
listen,
say this, Sharon.
extra
Sharon,
50 bands. Hey, look, I'm
That's
thinking
crazy.
about it. Wow.
yeah,
Yo,
Hey,
I'm
you
telling you,
wild,
they said
Sharon.
7 days.
yeah, it ain't
Say,
enough.
I'll take the 50 bands.
I'll take the field and I'll play under the radar the whole time. What happened? Why you didn't jump out the car? Man, my door was locked.
No, Sharon. I know. No, man. I think I don't think.
I was
See, that's
trying
why it's not about the money, right
can't
there,
do it, bro.
Sharon.
Uda, I'd be like, hey, listen, they only gave me 49 days of training. This only, I don't know what I'm
Can't do
doing
it.
out
I
here.
don't know what I'm
As soon as I
doing.
leave my building, bro. As soon as I leave my
Yo,
place that I live,
yo,
you're
that's
gonna see
fucking
somebody like this,
hilarious.
like
Yo,
Rico and Belly.
damn.
I knew he was
Word
insane.
up, Uda. I'll be outside.
I'm in Brooklyn. They gonna run down on me.
Out. Wear
I
all
knew he was a rat.
your
You
patches
ain't no snitch,
upside
Jay
down. Let them
Reed.
know you're in
You ain't you a
distress.
sellout.
Crazy.
Yo, so what does that mean? Does that mean that is it the incentive or is it that men are just like
It can be
Uda
both.
said, just they sellouts. You ain't no cop, Jay Reed. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to be cops no more. We ain't trying to really patrol and protect our neighborhoods like we should, because you would think it would be a shit ton of officers ready, and then they wouldn't have to drop the quota and to get them out there faster because they need them now. That's why they really dropping the quota. Like, we need them now, but we ain't got none in reserve. That's like playing an NBA game and you only got 5 starters. You ain't got no bench players. You're gonna start pulling people out the audience, like, come here, Sharon. You used to play. Marvelous, come here.
Let me see you shoot a free throw. All right, that's good enough.
That's good enough. You know what I'm saying? So, is it really a issue with? Oh, go ahead, Sharon.
No, that wasn't Sharon. Go ahead.
Oh no! If you got it, yeah. I'm just asking. Like, is it an issue within our nation, within our men?
I think it's both. Because even like the military hasn't been doing an amazing job with specifically retention over the past however many years. And usually when the economy is doing worse, that's when you see an uptick in military enrollment and whatnot, like people trying to enlist and whatnot. And I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing can be said with government jobs, whether that's local, state, or federal, because the job security is just stronger there. But when the economy is good, why go be an officer for $80,000 and risk your life, or be in that constant state of fear, potentially that constant state of anxiety, instead of go do something else for $70,000 more, or for $20,000, or the same price, or even for $10,000 less, and you don't really have that same level of anxiety. There's a lot of people that you say you're an officer who necessarily wants to date an officer because of the stuff that comes with it. Even if you like police officers, it might be the fact that if you support law enforcement in that way, it might be the fact that you don't want a significant other where you kind of are scared that they might go and do a traffic stop and some dude's just going to shoot them or something. So I think there's a bunch of different things, but I think the biggest thing is just not having that communal, that respect for the country, that love for the country. I don't think we teach it enough. I think we harp on most of the negative shit, and we don't talk about positives. And I think like that's probably the biggest issue right now. And unfortunately, we don't have proper leadership.
AR, let's go.
Unfortunately, we don't have proper leadership.
Look how quick the griff done switched.
Unfortunately, we don't have proper leadership in office right now to instill respect and love for the country. They're more divisive. We don't have a uniting force in office. We have a divisive one. So unfortunately, that's where we're at.
All the sleazeballs go for the gold, man. Not enough men.
That's true. That is a good point, Lee. Go ahead, Neva.
Marvelous 0071, $10. The Constitution's use of the word peaceably is not about how justified, emotional, or morally right a protest feels. In constitutional law, peaceably is judged by behavior and effect. AR, respectfully. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, nigga.
That's how I took it too. That's how I took it. That's crazy. That's a disrespect, man. Oh wow.
Damn.
Hey,
How did I
respectfully,
do,
the man,
Marvelous?
the guy was just talking. See, I understand. I done got older. I done seen how they play these games. Now you got to think about it. They can change what you're
Hold on, 2
seeing,
cents.
but
Let
they just
me
choose
say
it.
something real quick. Hold on, 2 cents. Let me say something to
Yeah.
fight the complex. Hey, you better watch when you do a show and you talk about the people that support my channel. You better watch your mouth.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So I
I
just
don't
want to
even.
let
Yeah.
Fight the
Oh, now I
complex
know I
know.
didn't do it.
Yeah, because I didn't know he was doing a show, and then one of the shows he was targeting one of the people that is a great supporter and a great moderator for my channel. So, hey, if I come here, watch your mouth when you talk to my
Right,
people.
watch your mouth. Yeah, read the room. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
I know how to.
Give
Yeah.
you, but today I'll also say, if you talk about robbing them today, hey, I might have a blind eye to it.
Yo,
Yeah, you got to know that in the YouTube streets on panels, you got to watch your mouth with people that's associated. But you understand what I'm saying. But it's a campaign that they can do to fix the police thing or whatever, just like they did military. I can still remember when the last time you seen the commercial. The Army does before 6 a.m. before most people do all day and all that kind of stuff. They promoted it enough to make people join it. They don't promote police, even though they got a stain on their name, so they have to correct it. That's why I don't understand how somebody would want to be a police officer, but some people choose to do it. They can do it. They have to do a campaign to change the narrative about how most people think of police. The general public don't like the police officers and what they do and how they conduct themselves. So they need to do a better campaign to take that dirt off their name, basically.
So I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because I think that it's kind of like a paradoxical thing where if you ask people, maybe what you're saying is true. Like if you ask the average person, hey, do you like police officers? They'll say no. But I think that if you ask them, hey, do you respect or do you support the police officers in your city? I think a lot, especially like the smaller towns and whatnot, I think a lot of them would actually say, yeah, I do support law enforcement. I think they see law enforcement in other cities and they see what happens there, or they see what's on the news anyway, and they say, I don't agree with it. But when it's closer to home, I think they do agree with it. Kind of how if you poll them, hey, do you think Congress does their job? They'll say no. Hey, do you think your local government or your state government does their job? They would be more inclined to say yes. And the other thing I was going to say was, to your guys' point about recruitment and whatnot, another issue has been the limitations, the requirements and whatnot on whether, for example, for in the military at least, like ADHD, I don't know if it still is, but it was a disqualifying factor. So if you had ADHD in your life before and you wanted to join, you would not be allowed to join. When I joined, you couldn't have tattoos over 25% of your body, I think it was, and it couldn't be in certain revealing places. Obviously, weed is another big one. Like there's different things that prevent you from joining. I don't know what it is from law enforcement, but that's also a big aspect of enlistment numbers and whatnot. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there's other stringent things that prevent people from joining law enforcement.
Hold on, let me see. Somebody wanted to get addressed. I don't know why he wanted to be addressed so badly. Go take your. Let's see what you want to say. What you got to say, my brother?
Yo, don't pull up with a bow tie and a jock on, bro. Chill.
I guess he is paused. I'm not sure what's going on with him.
Gotta watch him, man.
Definitely gotta watch him. Those people that be trying to get the little bit of attention, hey, that's that Cueva Dolce coming out of him. I don't know.
AR, you've been in for what, since 2013, 2014?
I guess. Hey, look, I know this. If I did a show about what Anton said, hey, look, we be lit right now. 4-5.
Hell yeah.
400-500 in the building.
Right, you crazy boy.
If I said, hey, y'all heard what Anton said and Kwame Brown, they over there beefing again. Let's talk about some gossip. This motherfucker.
Yeah, hey, Teron, hey, let me see. Somebody told me a while back on the YouTube streets. If you're on the panel, stay out the chat. It's crazy. And I heard Anton, it's like a 101 thing. If I mean, just stay. If you're the host, he has to stay in the chat because he has to read the room, see what people saying and stuff like that. But other than that, you got to understand a lot of people over there really just trolling, trying to get attention. Look at me, look at me. And when Anton, I knew when Anton messed up, he said, your chat said this. I was like, how's he reading the chat? Boom, I knew they got him because it will sway your mind and what you're saying. It'll distract you from your thoughts and everything in the chat. Because if you in the chat saying all that, the man inviting you to the panel, you can say what you got to say. You ain't got to hide over there with just the letter or something like that. If you're gonna do that, come on the panel. Be a man about it or a woman.
Don't give shit.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, you know what, Sharon? The word of the day is ambiguity.
Why's that?
Because in the conversation we talked about things that are black and white, but then we speak abroad within how we interpret some of the things that are black and white. We kind of make things gray. We human, we do that. I get that. But I see that what causes so much divide is ambiguity. How we interpret, like you said, you pointed at it earlier in the show. You said, how can we see the two different realities? How we see the two different things? Look at the same damn thing, black and white. How is ambiguity? Just that simple.
And that's my issue that I really have, is that I don't have that fence situation. When I see it and I do my whatever my clues are to something, I formulate that opinion on what I'm seeing and not on the narrative of what is being pushed out there. And I think that's why I be having so much problems.
It's called being non-biased, Bracy. When you non-biased, it's gonna always give you problems because people want you to be on one side. You got to pick a team in America. Gotta pick a team. I hate that shit too. I'd be like, I don't want to pick a team.
Pick your side and fight the argument of that side. But
okay, we got a question from the chat. How are you ambiguous with matted dreads and black gums?
Wow.
I don't know who got that.
What? Raggy? Ruby?
Hey, that was Uda's girl that said it.
Oh,
that was Robin. That was your girl, man.
That's my little squeeze. Yeah, I ain't. Leave my little squeeze. Yeah, I ain't. Leave my little squeeze. I ain't. Yeah.
Oh shit. Diva, these YouTube streets is crazy, man. But I think we're doing a good job of keeping the balance though, because man. Diva, do you know about the whole Kwame Brown situation and everything?
No. Kwame Brown is the former basketball player, right?
Correct.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Okay, what did he do?
He's somehow in the middle of this whole Anton thing too now. I'm seeing I didn't watch none of it.
He's talking about his wife.
But I see that he's popping up in this whole Anton verse situation as well now.
So what did he do?
I don't know. I didn't look into it because look, Diva, I ain't gonna lie to you. I do not like gossip. So I
got the whole clip. I got the whole clip.
Men love gossip. Y'all see how fun it is to kiki now? Y'all see?
Hey, Diva, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know. Look, Diva, I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't know. But when I was looking at the numbers that is pulling, clearly men love to gossip. Or at least males. I don't know which one because hey.
You never seen it, Sharon?
Man. I ain't never did
tomato. You know, did y'all see Anton's interview on that he went on some woman's channel? I forgot her name.
Her name is Messi. But he played himself. He's talking about that.
So maybe stop another stream. I'll stop another stream right now. We could get into
I got the whole clip. I got all the
I don't mind getting into it. Hey, look.
I got the whole.
But look, we'll have to do another stream. I can't add it to this one. We'll have to because this one is really good.
Start up another one. So
start up a new one. Hell yeah! Start that shit.
Get messy in this moment.
Nah, but I got a whole clip that got all the parts when he was going crazy. He came at Freezy too. He pulled up his screen. Yeah, Freezy begging for to be on somebody's it was
no, that's Corey Holcomb took the piece of Freezy video about the Israelites and put it on his channel. But when Freezy went inside Corey Holcomb's on Instagram's channel, he was like, "Yo, this is my video."
Right.
That's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, and then Anton took, but Anton said it was an email he got. So Anton was capping, right? Because I swear, I had to watch it like 50 times to edit it. He said I got the email. It made it seem like no captivity sent it to him. Damn, yo, bro,
Dirty
crazy.
game.
Also got a hit.
Dirty Daniels.
Hey,
Dirty
look.
game, man.
Hey, look. This is
So
what we're gonna do. We're gonna see how truthful these people are. Cause they be lying to me. I ain't gonna lie. They be lying to me. They be like, Sharon, we don't want to talk about no Anton. And then I go and I wake up in the middle of the night. Look, I wake up in the middle. Let me see what's going on in these YouTube streets. Anton. Let me see what. Damn, it's a lot of people in these damn chats. And then I go and check to see some names, and guess who I see? The same people that telling me, Sharon, no, we don't want to talk about Danny. Like, yup, F Anton and his punk ass. I'm like, what?
They lying.
Before y'all start talking about Anton for the 5th time in the past week, do you guys view? I just want to steer it back to the other combo real quick.
No.
Do you guys view
this conversation?
what Noam and Bovino said as just a PR mistake, or do you view it as something deeper or something more serious? Because I see you guys labeling it as just, it was bad PR, but to me that's worse than just bad PR. Bad PR is saying the agents were within their right. That's just bad PR. Like, you said something before the investigation was done, but labeling a guy a domestic terrorist and saying he was there to inflict maximum casualties. And then Cash Patel going on and saying you can't, essentially it's illegal or unconstitutional to bring it's illegal or it's a bad idea to bring a gun to a protest. I think that's more than just a PR mistake.
Yeah, it's more than a PR mistake. That's just a consequence of it. That's something they can just say, oh, we didn't mean to say that. But in reality, they were trying to stretch the truth and hide what we all could see. You know what I'm saying? And by stretching and overreaching with the definition of terrorism, that was crazy. And I agree with you, AR. Like, that is overreach like a mug. Like, yes, that's all it was. It was just like, oh, wait, that didn't fool them. Let's try to go back. And yeah, that's all it was. But they tried, though.
So you don't see it as more than that. You don't see it as
this is what they actually think.
It is more. This is what they actually think, and they
It's more. It's nefarious. They were trying to pull a wool over our eyes. They were trying,
but not just this situation is what I'm saying. It's deeper than just one situation.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if you go deeper if you go than that, then yeah, I mean, this is just how politics are, like, in the sense of what they try to do with narrative control of people. I mean, it goes way deeper than that, yes. But I was with that framing of what that was, yeah, that was just PR, bad PR. But what they're framing it as bad PR, although it's more of a consequence to what they were trying to really do.
I think it's a sign of. I think it's just like labeling anything, labeling fentanyl weapon of mass destruction, labeling drug dealers terrorists. I think it's a sign of things to come. You see the goalposts constantly being moved. You see it. Hey, we're gonna, this used to be a terror. Well, now we're gonna call these other things terrorists, and we're just gonna constantly move the goalposts and constantly, do this power creep thing. And so at some point, you gotta kind of stand your ground and be like, nah, it's got to stop.
Hey, AR already said it. The word of the day is ambiguity, man. I already told you.
Yeah, AR, I'm in agreement with you, man. That is not a mistake on the administration's part. I could definitely see it going further because they're using specific words to target specific groups. To tell you now, if you go out and protest, and if you go and you interfere with ICE, you can be deemed a terrorist at that point. So
that's hilarious.
By labeling people terrorists now, you're already laying the ground for future situations to occur where then they can go and say, well, this person interfered, they're terrorists. This person did this, they're terrorists. So to me, it's kind of crazy.
Hey, maybe it might stop them from doing this weird protest and shit. But yeah, Sharon, she was about to end the show so we could get to some drunk.
That's why I bow out, man. I don't know enough about all that other stuff.
All right, so Diva and Lee, they want us to put a poll that we should get messy on a Tuesday. Turn it up until put a one in the chat, and we're going to get into the anti-fair messy Michon. Who else is in? Who's involved in it? The Messy Michon.
Messy Michon.
Anton.
Freezy.
Kwame. Freezy.
Freezy too?
Freezy.
Yeah, Freezy.
The clip, Bracy.
And Ringo's in it now. Ringo's on Freezy.
Ringo's
on Freezy.
and a Ringo.
Yeah.
And a Ringo.
Yeah, it's going down.
Diva. These men
That's
love gossip. Diva, hold on.
I mean,
We didn't-
Anton got
hold
it.
on. Hold on,
Hey.
Diva. Look, out of all those names, it was one female.
None. Only one female.
Yeah, it's only that messy machine.
And now BTX threw herself in
Let's do it.
BTX came out to say, listen,
look,
that woman Mika, look what BTX comes out to say yesterday. BTX came out to say, I did a video. She said, now that woman Mika, she's a unicorn. That is both Anton and his wife girlfriend. I said, what the hell is going on?
Damn.
I said, what the hell?
She asked good questions though, yo. She asked some good.
Yeah,
She asked some really solid questions. She asked him, was he black? Which was hilarious. Yo,
Good
look,
question.
I turned a 1 hour clip, a 1 hour interview into 11 minutes. Sharon, I'm telling you.
Hey, look. Let me say this. Also, SD, he put in the 2 there, but guess what? I see him in all those chats. The people that you named, SD was in all those chats. I never heard about a goddamn Ringo TV until late last night. I opened it up at because I'm up. Well, not late. I'm up at 4 a.m. and he's one of the things. I was like, who is this? He got a lot of people there. I check. First name I see is SD. And the first person I see is SD in there killing the chat. I was like, oh, I thought you was tired.
He said, you a goddamn lie.
I thought you was tired. I thought you don't want to talk about the Anton. Niggas be trying to catch me up there, bro.
That's cap. Hey, I don't know if you're gonna change the thumbnail. Just call a spade a spade. If you ever been a DJ, you ever seen a DJ play some music and it's not nobody's, they leaving the floor. Everybody know that Anton stuff for 2026 is popping. Okay, we know Johnny Gill is good, but ain't nobody on the floor and you done killed the, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know that's what's popping. I watch people view. I'm like, why he got 1,000? Why he got 300? It's jumped up because it's the now, it's trending, and you got to be a DJ
because that's what they want to talk about. They want to beat up on somebody.
Yeah.
And who am I to disappoint, right? That's what Diva keep telling me. Well, you keep trying to be all goody two shoe and shit. F that. She says she want the mess, and it seems like Diva the ones has won. Woo. What you think? Did you see twos or did you see a bunch of ones? Because they a little ashamed to say. They're a little ashamed to put the ones in the chat because now they know that I seen they ass early in the AM. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, they own it. They own it, bro.
All the people that are talking about, no, we don't want to hear it. I don't want to do this anymore. They was in there jumping in the chat room. I was like, ain't that a BICTH?
Yeah, they lying. Yeah. People was leaving the dance floor. So, like I said, you the host, I mean, we could talk about different things, but that is a hot topic everywhere. Man, I've never seen creators like this in my life. They in my algorithm. And that's a lie to say, like, they don't want to talk about it. Okay, if they don't want to talk about it, why are they joining the chat? That's the thing about it. Like, come on, bro. Stop it.
Speaking of, what you want? You came to apologize?
Oh, look, it's that new superhero, Queer Man.
What happened? What you say?
I said, did you come here to apologize?
What?
Did you come here to apologize?
You're gonna have to you're gonna have to beat me up for me to get an apology out of me.
Why is that?
And you can never do that. You can never beat me.
Hey, yo, I would never do such a thing. I do
he
not want to.
Planes or what? What's going on?
Why do you want to put hands on a man so bad?
What you want, bro?
And why you want to put your mouth on a horse?
What do you want?
He's gonna go there.
Yo, Lee, I know you mad the Broncos
What do you
lost.
want?
I know you mad the Broncos lost.
Hold on, we're gonna allow you to get your little 15 minutes of fame. What do you want?
I was going that. You called me up here. You was talking shit. You said something about
I said watch your mouth when you talking about my people in my chat.
Oh, you mean
the your people, Sharon?
In my chat, bro.
Hold on. You talking about the lady that looked like? You talking about the lady that looked like Leslie Jones?
I don't know no lady that look. Robin M don't look like Leslie Jones.
No, Myrie.
If you ain't talking about Robin M today, you can't talk about nobody in my chat.
What about does Myrie not look like Leslie?
I just said if you're not talking about robbing them today, you can't
my
talk
fact.
about
Wait,
no women in my chat.
My bad.
The only girl you
My
can
bad. I
talk
was
about
confusing
today
it.
is robbing them. That's it.
My bad. I was confusing it. It's not my read. It's Natasha Vincent. My fault.
Definitely can't talk about her. Absolutely not. You definitely can't talk about Natasha. Absolutely not. I won't allow it.
Bro popped up looking like a superhero.
Absolutely not with those ashy ass lips. Looking all.
I ain't never seen a superhero with a tooth missing.
Yeah, Queer Man. His name is Queer Man.
Oh, you got him. Oh, okay. He dropped him.
Yeah, I got. Let me see. You still got something to say?
Dun, dun, dun.
I said, Lee, I know you mad the Broncos.
Stop.
Yo, bro, crazy, yo. Oh my god.
You know what? Hey, you want to defend your girl? You want to be next?
Oh, we got. Hold up now. I thought that was Uda girl. That's KT girl.
He want to go ahead and
Uda gonna fight, man. Uda gonna fight.
He want to jump out the window. He want to jump out the. I'm jumping out the window. Oh, all right.
Oh my God.
Nah, I don't want to hear
So
that.
you told me,
People say
York.
that. So, you know, it's crazy. People saying that it's the algorithm. No, it's y'all.
Mm.
It don't got nothing to do with the algorithm. It's y'all. And it is okay. Oh, he got one more thing to say, y'all. Send 99 cents, bro. Send 99. Send me $1. Come on, bro. Send me $1, bro. You want me to do something for you? Do something for me. Send me $1.
Tell him throw that bow tie back on.
You did a whole show reviewing my show, and you didn't even tag me in it. Send me $1, bro. I'm tired of y'all. Nah, I'm tired of y'all with y'all Avengers group and y'all trying to y'all be disrespecting me. Nah. Now he want to put up middle fingers at me with his ashy ass lips. Go lick your lips. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, he in the backstage. He in the backstage. He can't get in the club. Oh, okay.
He's back there salsa dancing on the ice.
Damn.
You so New York.
He over there dancing. Look, he over there dancing. Look at him dancing.
Yo. No, real quick, yo, real quick though.
Watch what you say.
The other night, Saturday night, I went to Corey Holcomb's comedy show because you know he was in the East Coast all week, and I had an interaction with him. Stay tuned. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, you came up here to promote. You came to my show to promote.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well,
pause that. Don't talk nothing about interactions when you had a bow tie and a jock strap on. Nah, don't.
He's been promoting that same thing for a couple of days now, and that was the last thing he said, which 2 days ago. Stay tuned. It's Corey Holcomb. It's not nobody special, bro. Just let us know what the man said, bro. Just let us know what that nigga said. That nigga's a degenerate, Corey Holcomb. Who the hell is he, bro?
Absolutely.
Ain't nobody you holding up secret like he the Sultan of Brunei. No, niggas, just Corey Holcomb. That's all he is, bro. Release the information and let us know what the hell Corey talking about, bro.
It sounded like he did Diddy things.
He went to the show, though.
1, 2, 3, release it.
Okay, let me. What was that, Diva? Let me set up.
Paul. Hey, Paul from that one. 1, 2, 3.
Lee said, I know Lee for sure. Lee said he got his clip ready. Diva, you said let's do it too.
Sure.
Uda, what you say?
Let's get to it.
God damn. I know AR definitely wants to. I know AR definitely wants to.
Stressed. I want to laugh.
You so stupid.
For real. I should.
You're gonna have to clip it up separately now, bro. But yeah, god damn. Yeah, this, yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I gotta set up another one then. I don't even know. Because I looked at it, but I ain't watched nobody. I went back to sleep.
Nah, that shit's funny.
Because everybody was. I opened up the joint at 4 a.m. I see 500 people in the boxes. I was like, "What is going on? It's lit out here." In these
and Mika took a shot at Freezy too. She took a shot at Freezy. Mika.
Yeah.
What? Mika took a shot.
Yeah.
At Freezy. And
man, the YouTube stream is popping.
What?
It's popping right now, man. I know content creators eating all. This is bigger than Charlie Kirk, Carmelo Anthony, and all that. When we was content creators were eating off of it. It's big right now. You have to really have to say something if you anybody about it. It's just what it is. What it is. and it's exploding right now. Everybody attaching on Kwame and Messi, Mashawn, and all them people. It's people getting at it all day. It's content gold at this point.
Damn.
Yep.
I watched it, bro.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on with this whole situation. Corey Holcomb got ran down on by TMZ. It's a lot going on.
Anton doubled down. Anton was like, they only talk about my wife and my daughter because they dark skin. I was like,
no way.
It's all in my clip, yo. I'm telling you, I condensed.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I put the clip in the back.
That's
I got it all in that.
one.
It's all condensed, Sharon.
On that one, I salute you.
We're gonna do a lot of pausing because
that's a little
it gets
crazy
straight to it.
Yo, JR, ain't no way you said that, JR.
He said that, bro. I said that in the beginning of the conversation.
Man. Salute to you, man. Salute to everybody on the panel. Hey, shout out to PhD.
Salute,
1, 2, 3, release them.
Yeah, shout out to you too. 1, 2, 3, release them.
When he said the black girl thing, I said I can't believe he's making this a colorist argument now. When Corey Holcomb is degenerate, he did some shit, but it wasn't about the girl being black or his wife. Yo, Anton said it's about them being black. That's why they weaponized.
Bro, he said they don't like dark-skinned women.
That's what he said.
Watch, it's all in the clip. I got every part, all the parts where he was saying wild shit. I was like, oh, clipping that.
That boy good. That boy good.
What? That is wild.
Run this shit back. Grab that clip.
That was crazy.
I'm setting it up now.
And I don't talk the whole shit either.
You was like, yeah, I got all the evidence.
Show. I got the clips. I just let him run. After I busted down, I was like, let this man say what he got. Yo, he says, yo, oh my God, the end is the wildest part, though.
Really?
Because, yo, he said everybody, never mind, I don't even want to.
Yeah, he wilded out on that whole shit, though, bro. That whole interview where he was saying some shit throughout the whole thing. So if you chopped it up, then I know you got 11 minutes of goodness, bro. I know you do. Chill, so you done got it fine too. Yeah. Well, you uploaded it though, Lee?
Yeah, it's already on my channel.
All right, cool. I had reacted to it, but I might go to your channel and just react to that clip since it's all chopped up. I might go react to that shit.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I wanted. That's why I wanted people to grab it. I didn't even want to say nothing because I know.
I'm gonna react to it. Because I did a reaction to it the other day, but if that's like that, it's kind of condensed, consolidated. I could just go and just react to it in like 15 minutes.
Absolutely. Yo. Especially if it's condensed.
Anton is so toxic, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not, absolutely not. I am not a part of it, Shiesty. Well, at least I don't mean to be.
Shiesty, what you say? He an Antonite?
Antonite?
Antonite? Don't tell me Sharon is an Antonite the whole damn time. I know, Shiesty. Don't tell me this.
Oh shit, that
You're
is
not an Antonite, bro. Don't say that.
Then he hit you with the zombie walk.
Yo, for real.
He was Michael Jackson with the Thriller.
Good.
Oh shit, that is funny as hell.
Called you an Antonite. Shit.
Damn. I'm almost
gotta release the Antonite. Mr. Fantastic 824 is an Antonite. I had to do a video on him the other day. I cooked him. He's an Antonite.
Who's that?
Mr. Fantastic 824 is an Antonite.
Oh, chill. Y'all rock with Fantastic, but
cool.
whatever.
He cool, but he Antonite.
Right? We all got our
He the only Antonite that don't got a bald head. Bald head. Why you ain't
bald head?
Yeah. Nigga looking like a basketball. Nigga looking like a golf ball. Nigga looking like a choke ball, nigga.
Nah, so what we gonna do? We gonna remix it. Tall nigga. Why they ain't so up there?
Nigga look like
yo, that's funny as
nigga
hell.
looking like a slinky. Nigga looking too tall. Nigga look like his arms off. Nigga looking like a noodle head. Nigga look like he just
oh my god, yo, it's funny as hell.
Tall nigga.
Bald nigga.
Hey, Udo, we come up with the remix with the tall nigga. What's those things called? They just be waving in the air.
Chill out. Hey, come on, man. Y'all got
looking like a bowling ball.
Yo, ain't got no head up there. Nigga looking like an Antonite.
Nigga looking like an Antonite.
Tall nigga looking like Mr. Glass.
Yo, oh man, that was
Mr.
good.
Glass out this motherfucker. Goddamn. All right, so What we're gonna do? I put the link for everybody that's on the panel, so y'all can just go ahead and jump over there. We're heading over to the other one so we can be messy and have a good time and laugh and have an easier rest of the day because y'all stressed us out. We stressed y'all out. We had a good time. I think we got to some good points. Diva, you got any final thoughts?
Bye, y'all.
Nothing wrong with being.
Hype me up.
Let me